Who's this? Mm-hmm. But everyone are live with Saturday morning Warhammer. Oh, so yeah, hello folks, welcome to this new exciting campaign. While the previous campaign was us, going at it as much as we possibly could over a long weekend. Now we're back to our sort of classic format, I guess. Gonna play some ogres. So yeah, we ogres are an interesting faction. You have yes, that's right, Griffith. 2 Scandinavians, 1 prodigious appetite. Ogres operate out of camps. And camps are different from settlements. Settlements for ogres only ever go up to 4 slots, I think. While the camps are sort of what they put down, similar to like a chaos camp, sort of what they move around with and can put down. If you put down a camp, any army that you have has its meat upkeep set to 0 while they're in the camp radius. If you're outside of camp radius, then you need a supply of meat to keep going. Otherwise, you start taking attrition and people get pissed. So you can see, like, on top of your flag how much meat you have. So I start with 50. And then you can see on your little army info card how much meat you eat per turn. So my army eats 11. So the trick is to move around into enemy territory, put down your camp, and then raid and destroy around the camp. And then you sort of, move camp as you move along. Settling or, rampaging as you go. That is what I understand of ogres.
Let's see how it goes.
Is any of that true? Who can say? We're playing on very hard. Cranking it up here as far as we can go. We're not doing legendary because we need to be able to save. Legendary, you only have one, like, as Iron Man mode, so it's not useful for streaming or recording things, I think. But very hard should be a very nasty challenge for us, especially since we're playing a pretty heavy melee-focused faction here with the ogres. Struggle a bit.
Well, I'll find a way to have some sort of nobilize with scrap. Yeah.
yes, for sure. I'm gonna, just to warm up here, we're gonna do a little match against my dwarves here because I kind of just want to see, the units in action here. I can see I can spend meat to get what? Speed, unit mass, and charge bonus. If I like dump in 5 meat here, I get 10% extra for that. Okay, that's kind of neat. Don't know how much I will do that, but good to know. Yeah, let's fight some dwarves. These guys are about.
There's a few of them.
Yeah, but they're very chunky.
These gorges are gonna just tear into them.
The gorges are armor-piercing anti-infantry, so I feel they're made for for killing dwarves. Look at my happy smile. He's so happy to be here.
And stronghold.
Yep.
Let's get a drink. I'm just gonna be right back.
Sure.
Kill the dwarves. I'm sure I don't think that's gonna be a challenge.
No, I think that's fine. So, as Scrag, you do start in the Empire, which is part of the reason why I wanted to play as Scrag here, because I didn't see too much Empire. In the Cathay campaign, we sort of locked into a corner, and with the Kislev campaign, we played. You're so focused on just keeping alive that you don't really go to the Empire. So here we are. Let's have a look at our troops. We have the Gorgers. Gorgers are, I think, ogre like rejects in some way, or like they're like cannibalistic and like completely lost to the hunger of the Great Maw. So they become these like weird, just savage monster cannibal things. That sort of hang around and eat the scraps of the ogre camps. So they're like terror troops, I think. We have the saber Tusk pack. Big Smilodon things, pretty much. Just fast cav. And I think... yeah, pretty good weapon strength, but... Yeah, they're flankers, basically. They don't really do straight-up fighting. We have the famous Noblars. Noblars are goblins with extra big noses. The trappers, which means they have a little wolf pelt. And I think they throw daggers. Pretty much what they do. Hybrid unit, stalk, Noblar traps, and expendable. Which means that if they start breaking, they don't affect the morale of anything close by. We have Ogre Bulls. Look at these guys. Look at these Shunguses. Very happy to be here. They have the gut plate to protect their most important part, which is stomachs. Dual wielding, making them anti-infantry. They also have the Ogre Charge, which means that even if they're charging into something that is braced, they still get half their charge bonus. So very dangerous. Normal Noblars. I mean, just trash units, really. This one is wearing a pan on his head. You use them to muck up or like take initial charges, and then you move in with the ogres to do the real damage. Leading it is Scrag the Slaughterer, the sort of over-priest of ogres and the Great Maw. Constantly hungry, he has removed and eaten his own hands and arms to replace them with more butchering tools. I think he's eaten his own lips as well. And pretty much just eats everything. He drags around this awesome cauldron. Where, you know, where all the good food is. It's also hooked into his back, so, you know he is very sane and stable. With that, let's kill some of these dwarfs by hiding these guys here. I don't think any finesse is necessarily needed here. I just sort of wanted to see and show off the units.
A lot of this tactic is going to be just sort of getting in there.
Oh yeah, I just did a sweep of the units available to just show them.
Sure.
Have you ever faced ogres on the tabletop?
I have. Well, no, I have seen them.
Yes.
Against some Dark Elf ranged heavy army. So especially if the ogre could get there in time.
Yeah.
I guess going to have a bad time, but they got off like a purple sun.
Oh, yeah.
10 units in a line.
Yeah.
Second round of battle, so it pretty much decided that conflict pretty quick. It was a devastating spell. The thing is, in the tabletop, it is better than this year, to say the least.
Yeah. Purple sun.
Once it rolls over something, they just die.
Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah.
to do. It was random, of course, right? But
Admiring the chunky models of the ogres here. Very nice detail on them. I think they did great model work like this time around. Like, they look pretty awesome.
The ogres is a fairly new faction, so that means that the models generally are detailed, right?
Yeah.
You can pretty much just convert, I think, 1-to-1 the models to like the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something like the last mission faction before this game's unofficial early access ends will need some updates, I imagine.
The Noblars, do they
Just
have?
brought it up, you know.
Noblars don't have anything, so I'm just gonna charge them. Yeah, I was like, Noblars have charge defense, and I'm like, no, of course
They have
not.
spears, you know.
They do, but
probably anti-large, right? That's
give him some. Alright, boys, get in here. Get the dinner going here.
these ogres are big, though. I mean,
They are.
It's
These are big lads. For sure. The dwarves are very chunky in the Warhammer universe, but yeah, no, the ogres are certainly getting in there. Gorges are coming in after the back charge.
3 meters tall thing. These gorges, like, sort of.
It was about to recharge there. They kind of failed that.
They're not really ogres, are they? I think they're their own sort of species.
I think they're ogre rejects or something, like they cannibalistic something. Yeah.
Piercing themselves with massive bones and skulls.
Yeah, I think they're like overtaken with like cannibalistic hunger from the Great Maw, something like that.
That sounds about
Deal
right.
with them.
I wouldn't want to be like our factions to fight.
Yeah.
The ogres, you know, if I was a soldier, they would be somewhat of my bottom, honestly.
Yeah.
They're just sort of terrible, like in every
Mm-hmm.
way. No, am I wrong?
No. You're correct. Other things I would least want to be, it was like a Noblar or something like that. It's so pathetic.
Well, I mean, I'd rather be not like than an ogre.
Really?
Just constantly being overwhelmed with hunger to eat the raw meat of things
I
in my
guess,
entire
but
existence. That seems like it would be kind of sucky. A Nobla, you could sort of fall under the radar. Yeah, you'd be. I mean, you know,
I mean, someone would
you,
sit on you and you would die, like not even
but you
noticing.
wouldn't stay with the ogres, right? You'd go live in a forest somewhere, and just sort of try to do your own thing.
I
You
don't
couldn't do
know.
that as an ogre. Then you'd go mad and eat everything.
I don't know. In Ogre, you could be like a mercenary in the Empire and get a sweet pirate hat and a big pistol.
That's true. That's true. They do that. That is.
I mean, of all the non-humanoid races, they're certainly
I mean, as they used to live in the moot, you see,
yeah.
but then they got kicked out. And so they keep the Noblars because they somehow remind them of the
The
halflings. That they used to
halflings.
have.
Yeah.
Do you know why the ogres and the halflings were so good friends? Because halflings cook amazingly,
That's right.
and Noblars don't.
No.
So before then, before they were banished, apparently they were not so degenerate and horrible.
Mm-hmm.
They would just like eat onion soup and potato stew and stuff like that. That didn't make them ferocious enough to survive the expansion of man.
Right. Yeah, we got some.
That's the tragedy of the ogres. The story the Empire doesn't want you to know.
The
Why?
secret origins. Go and get this.
Can choose a big name, I can see.
Mm-hmm.
Just to make my name bigger.
I mean, you
Seems like
need a big name.
I think the shockingly obese should be
Pretty good.
more mess. That seems like what he's about already. So
What I can do. Ore harvester. Meat generated too. I'll take it.
that's very nice. So he just like continuously harvests ore.
Mm-hmm. All this delicious meat that lays around.
I also happen to know our settlements can't get walls.
No, because the camp, right?
Yeah,
That's the camp is your main base, really.
Level 3,
Ooh, specialty replenishment rate. Yeah, I'll take that. Yes,
rat trap.
I need that.
The big rat trap should produce meat. Just like one meat.
Uh-huh.
Funny.
And we got some more ogres.
Rats in it, eat them.
Yeah, offerings to the Great Maw. Alright. Can offer 10 meat for 10 melee attack. That's pretty good for 10 rounds. I mean, yeah. Or, yeah, okay. This is pretty neat.
To research
Give
technology.
me gut magic. That's what I say in the beginning of a big meal. Hey, these are not insignificant. Good to know. Research. Right, what do we have? Camp Huddle.
This technology is pretty good. There's a lot of it.
Yeah.
Some of it have very small bonus. 3 population extra. It's not.
I'm not scouting. I mean, 50% extra raid income. You'll be just in raiding stands walking around. You'll get a lot of money. I guess that's part of their economy a lot.
We have a lot of things here that is 10% money from contracts.
Oh yeah, we're
think
offered
there's
contracts from time to time. They're like these little mini missions that pop up. If we do, then we get a diplomatic relationship and some stuff from whoever contracts us. Because we're mercenaries.
You know, from Gristle Valley.
Good old Grizzle Valley.
You know, like Greenland, there wasn't any Gristle. The people called it that until they thought it was a great name until Scrag the Slaughterer showed up. And,
Yeah.
and maybe it wasn't such a good name after all.
So, I am really located here behind Altdorf. Like, Altdorf is right there.
You wouldn't,
You wouldn't dare.
right? Think of
Oh,
the-
I would.
how many people live in Altdorf.
Oh, it's delicious.
Possibly.
So much meat.
Just there for the taking. No one's even using it.
Exactly. It's just walking around. Completely useless. Yeah, maybe I'll offer and give that extra 10 melee attack here. Ooh, okay, this is nasty. siege, and let's do an offering to the Great Maw. More melee attack. There we go.
Slow movement and recruiting as I go along.
We would have a valiant defeat, so we'll fight this.
Nutlaws are deliciously cheap, I see.
Hmm.
Cost basically nothing. Almost free.
Basically free.
Half of an ice guard from Catherine. I remember, which is still ridiculous, the pricings you can get for that. Man. I don't see how this is going to be a loss for us.
I don't know either exactly.
Miners. They're going to just die to these fortresses. I guess they have the wall. That's true.
They do, but I feel like we can go through that pretty quickly here. Interesting to see.
By ogres at one point, and they ate the wall. So I don't think they need siege engines for most of their units. They sort of bash them down and like rocks.
Yeah, this is the first dwarven settlement where we fought, and it's sort of out. Okay, this is a neat little map. I like this.
We haven't done many dwarven ones here because they just aren't around. Which, by the way, some say is a big problem.
Yeah. All right. Right. Very cool looking. Interesting defense.
That was the arrow towers, though, so that's not really a threat.
Yeah, no, it's not the murder death towers of.
I fought a defensive battle as Constalton, having the like magic exploding tower. It is glorious.
Yeah.
It is wonderful to just stand there and see things melt away.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, that was pretty good. But
looking at this map, there doesn't seem to be any towers over in this direction. So I mean, this seems well, there's not many at least. So seems like a big blind spot here. So let's get through here. I will give you the Gorgers.
Nice.
They are stalking and such, so they should be able to infiltrate a separate gate and sort of hit these guys in the back. I think that'll be pretty good.
So just stick him over here. Oh, I guess you already put him here, right? So you want him.
Guts out, boys!
Yes, guts out, boys. That's how you charge into battle, right? Gut first.
That's what I always.
Yeah, that's how you engage your enemies.
So I can actually deploy really close to these gates here. I don't see a reason why not. So
yeah, do it really close, and you just get in there.
One for each gate, and then we'll break them down and go in there.
They are pretty fast. What's the speed of a Gorger? They are okay, 50.
We do.
That's okay.
Ogres!
They're
all right.
mean.
Yeah, they're
But they
mean.
recharge magic when they kill things. So if you have a lot of spell, it seems like
Let's go.
they seem good. Is my initial analysis.
Yeah, as far as I know, Gorgers are pretty damn awesome.
It's your like special thing. Get that for cheap. Should have put some people over here, dwarves. Your whole thing is because you're gonna have to eat your walls.
I'm not gonna give you free shooting on
I
the
haven't
poor
even
ogres
taken
here.
any of the towers. Look at that. I haven't even. Goodbye. Interesting that their gatehouse also is a tower.
Oh, it is? I hadn't noticed.
Because they have a little tower symbol there. I mean, they don't have it, but
Everyone in.
these scorchers are fighting a door, and they were sort of not entirely sure that they're going to win.
I see.
They're like, I don't know.
I mean, they're getting that gate down very quickly.
It's nice. They're siege attackers. Break walls and towers and whatever it takes.
Oh, I
You
have a
get the
special
kinda
ability.
hack.
Stone Shaker. Destroys buildings and siege vehicles.
Oh, blow something up.
I guess I can blow something up.
If you destroy it under them, then... Well, here we are. Let's go and capture some stuff, I guess.
Oh, yeah. That wall exploded.
Got back here. We got Dwarf Warriors and Quarrels. I don't think we should get shot by them. That would probably be unfortunate. But
Hold together!
that's what I would do.
Could
to
just
these
have walked in
Warriors.
here, but I mean...
Unbreakable as well. My.
Let's waddle in, boys.
Now, blast! When do we eat?
And see, some heal upgraded this. Yeah, very low armor though. That's the weakness. Don't get shot.
Supper! Strike the slower! Voice of the law!
Alright, push in, come on, boys. Let's eat. Let's feast on dwarf.
Probably not the worst meat, honestly.
They're tough, probably.
I don't know. It could also be fatty, depending on like what the
Yes, I think it's a lot of very heavy bones. Like probably.
diet of dwarf has been, you know.
Yeah, dwarf is probably very good for broth. Like you cook a really like hearty broth out of a dwarf.
I mean, that's what I said. It's a shame these ogres. They don't really cook it. They just sort of eat
I
it,
know.
like from the ground, just ripping it out, and, like devouring
I mean,
whatever.
that's why Scrag so special as a cauldron to like throw meat into to boil. I mean, that's just
Mystery
incredible like features.
technology has not been invented.
Alright,
We're gonna eat a big bear.
gonna move over here. Not gonna engage those parlors at all. Waddle over here.
Can't get that close without being discovered.
How's the infiltration going?
We're sort of trying to get these quarrelers without engaging the warriors first, because I know if I stand and get shot by them for a while, then that would be unfortunate. So I'm sort of maneuvering here to surround them. Luckily, these things are pretty fast, so
They are.
should be quite alright. And then we'll take the middle, and then should kill them around.
Dragging the cauldron!
The dwarves are kind of too slow to cover this area. You know, they're still waddling over there.
Strike the slower!
My ogres, tear down this wall. Actually, maybe can I nuke the wall? I can.
Oh yeah, we're tearing these dwarf warriors apart.
Do that. There we go. Alright. Biggest in the tribe.
Find him and kill him! Boss says so!
Forge yourselves.
The meat!
Doggos. There.
Hook-handed butcher!
What are the bits? So let's go and get them.
Take it all! Bring supper! Hungry! Hungry! In my gut! Looking for him!
Oh, Noblars, you are so pathetic.
Pretty vivid, alright.
Consider it done! Rampage! Strike the slaughterer! Bring us meat! Ogres! Looking for me!
I feel like one ogre unit can take care of a minor unit without any problems.
I would hope so.
And it is very hard, so it's difficult to say sometimes. Let's go up here and beat these guys.
Hungry! This way! Servant of the law!
I guess I just have unlimited charges of that stone shaker thing
The more call!
to break down fortifications. I don't seem to be able to target the towers, but barricades go down pretty instantly with that stuff.
Crush 'em! Butcher them! Forever insatiable! Relentless
I think that I can capture points while being invisible.
It's pretty mean, isn't it?
Oh crap, yeah.
carve the
It's Grimly Stout Peak coming there.
meat!
up the garrison.
These miners didn't have much to say against these ogres.
'Cause the AI doesn't seem to realize that I'm here. He just sort of,
He's like,
there's no one there.
that's weird, huh? You could backcharge these warriors here for me.
Oh, definitely. I'll say this group here. You see the damage they've taken. That
Yeah.
is a salvo from a quarrel regiment.
Yeah.
Before they got in there.
Uh,
Pretty bad in the face. It was pretty bad. None of them died, but they certainly took some hurt. Beyond that, though, they just turned these warriors into.
I ain't no gobbo. It is ours.
We killed them very quickly.
The Moors. They're dead.
Scrag is doing well in fighting as well. What is his stats actually? His armor piercing anti-infantry. Yeah, he's doing fine. Doing fine against his dwarves.
Battle estimator up there. It's like you're so outnumbered.
Yeah, that's really weird.
You're completely outnumbered. There's no chance.
You're
Here's that heroic victory that game. Come on.
it's being destroyed, completely obliterated.
Oh, no chance. Momentum.
Taking everything except their one thing here. Oh. Yeah, I think we pretty handily just picked apart this entire dwarf force.
I have this piercing tower still.
Yeah, I saw that too. I don't know where that is connected exactly.
That's trading then. Also there. Yeah, that is weird. How do they build those? They don't have them.
I can destroy it. Oh, no. My explosion does not target towers.
It's pretty unfortunate. That was like a magical tower. I'm gonna check the last one here, but yeah, that is currently manifesting one tower. So I guess that's that. It's just a weird control zone then. To reach that far. I usually find that the zones are not particularly generous when I have them.
Yeah.
Like, you want to build one behind the capture point it protects? You're like,
Yeah. Yep.
no,
So bad.
Yeah. Go around. You have to literally stand on the capture point for the tower that it gives you to shoot them.
Yeah, it's... David Tusker really angry. And eat these dwarf warriors. That's fine. We have
They have no-
everything. Now the game is like, well, maybe.
All right.
Yeah, maybe. Alright. Pretty good. Pretty good. Dwarven settlement was, yeah. 40 losses.
Pretty much just Noblars.
These dual-wielding ogres did very well.
I imagine they were fighting pretty much the whole time.
Or just unhurt, yeah. Yeah, so far I am happy with the Gorgers. They seem very nice.
Very nice, I'll say. Yeah.
What
If I fought them, I would. That's something you want to deal with.
What did you start with?
I had like a big rhino.
Okay. Not
I got a
bad.
big rhino. I got some of these iron guts, which is like ogres with some armor on them.
That seems nice.
And that's pretty much it, really. Big rhino, a stone horn, and then some iron guts. So a big
Yeah.
monster, some like heavy monstrous infantry, I guess. Yeah. It's not like it's not as specialized and cool as the
It's the Gorgers.
Forgers, but it is alright.
But you do have an awesome mobility scooter that you run around on.
Yeah, like a big Noblar wagon full of money, and he's having a good time.
Oh, he's having a great time.
That's what I'm not gonna
Build an outpost with you? No, thank you. That's perfectly
feel
fine.
like I spent my money on right now.
Please.
I'm moving towards Grim Top to unify the Ivory Road and begin. I guess I raid caravans, right? That's something I should do.
Oh yeah, I mean those Cathay caravans are loaded. I'm told.
I need to go some of that money. I
Mhm.
also have a gold mine here. I need to make some unique buildings. Gotta tear down my barracks. Because not gonna be here. Seems like I'm gonna recruit from a camp anyway. Let's go. Grim Top. Close defeat. Well. There's a lot of them, actually. More than I thought.
Oh, that's right.
No. Or I surround them and don't have to do a settlement battle. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because they might come out for me, right?
I might.
Yeah, they've recruited a bunch of ogre bulls. But at least this way, I can sort of hang out. Toll gate, huh?
I'm just gonna keep recruiting ogre bulls. Really, I mean, I don't see. And the Noblars are very, very cheap.
Yeah, very cheap.
Incredibly cheap. But somehow I feel ogres is the way. That's what I feel. Alright. Scrag is having a great time here. Whirling stump blades, okay. King larder. Yes. The Noblars. Into the replenishment here because I feel that's relevant. A cinnabar mining pit. Okay, sure. Like that.
Eat some cinnabar.
Delicious. I don't even know what cinnabar is exactly.
I think it's used for coloring of clothes.
Oh, okay. Get red or something. Oh, we have it.
You've learned to dismember things. Wow. Alright.
It's a new technology.
You get that ogre bull upgrade.
Ogre Bull, Iron Fist, weapons. Yeah. They're relevant to my interests. Let's get these guys.
We have 2 garrison buildings. One that's kind of crap, and then one that's decent.
Close victory, low. I'll not risk. It's fine. Destroyed Carrick Iflin. Hooray.
Oh, boy.
Take that, dwarves.
Nice. Money is. I'm gonna give him money as king.
He's pretty damn good. Get into the spells here. Man, I simultaneous turn thing is pretty neat. Really neat. Question is, what do we have up here? I see ruins. I'm thinking Skaven. I'm thinking up here.
Likely.
I don't know how about eating Skaven. I don't feel like there's a lot of meat on them, you know. Mostly has pointy teeth and bone and stuff.
I need to make a camp to get rid of this keep. Why do I want to make a camp? Is it like a thing I gotta do to...
My plan is to take this initial province, and then when I pop into the empire next to Marienburg, I'll set down a camp. Because then I can sort of raid around Marienburg and a little bit, because that might take longer than just this mountain pass, I'm thinking.
I need more meat, man. I need the meat, you know?
Yeah, well, then you need to fight, or you need to put down a camp, because you have free upkeep. Heat upkeep within the camp. Although it does cost 2,000 gold, right? So... and it can be packed up and moved later, I believe. Because you have a camp limit, how many camps you can set up.
I remember from Cathay that in areas that have camps,
Yeah.
they get the red sort of big chance to encounter enemy ogres.
Yeah.
Which was why at some point the Empire was entirely red, because I guess Scrag was doing bad things to them.
Scrag seems... yeah, there's the Skaven up there, I see it. I see it. Noblar Prosthetics. An enterprising slaughtermaster hits upon the idea of fashioning crude, oversized slip-on noses and ears from leftover scraps of hide. Desirous of these absurd prosthetics, countless Noblars flock to your cause. For it is their abhorrent society, there is no greater sign of station than a bulbous snout and mammoth lugs. Noblar Prosthetics. Upkeep 30% less for Noblars and 50% off recruitment for Noblars. Okay. I mean, my Noblars cost 35 gold to upkeep now.
Nice.
Profit.
I mean, that's what they want. That's the dream.
Yeah. My Noblar force. Ah, yes. Clan Morbius. Yeah, we'll declare war. Good old meta stone. Pyrrhic victory, you say? Okay, we'll play this.
We fought a lot over there. I don't have these settlements are far away from each other.
Yeah, it's kind of packed in the corner here in this mountain pass, so I sort of go straight ahead and slam around. Feel we can do better than Pyrrhic victory. A lot of spears, of course, but still feel we can beat this up.
Yeah.
Up. Okay. Lots of levels and hills here. You know, I feel our Gorger tactic from last time worked pretty well, honestly. Of those.
Yeah, if you deploy further away from there, like center point, I can just beeline it.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm around.
I feel like I should probably deploy toward around the middle here, because there's a lot of entrances for me to push in, and there's 2 capture points very close to it. I think this is the play here.
Hungry.
Here.
Here.
I'll smell ya.
Here.
Serve the ogres.
One.
They eat Skaven, like warp stone wise.
I
It
feel,
doesn't seem healthy for anyone.
no.
Bring us meat. Ah,
I do feel it's probably not very good for him.
the more command. When do we eat?
Here,
Hungry.
there. Hang out here, I guess. What? This is like part of a rock or something? Oh, okay, yeah, I see it. Lighting here is a bit wonky, so it's hard to...
It's very dark.
These ogre mates.
3. These here are group 4. We have the little cats around for just support. That's needed. Yeah, we'll do a 4-pronged assault here. I think this is going to be pretty good.
Revolutionary for us, really. Overload the flank used to be the way to go.
Mm-hmm. True.
Now it's just...
Spread them out. Well, we'll see. Let's punch through.
Where's me master? That'll do. Where's the meat? War together. Serve the ogres. On it. Yoglars.
Let's give it around. All spread out.
Bastards.
Sort of ratty, yeah.
Well, all the clan rat spears.
Crush 'em. Swarm together.
They build a single piercing tower here.
Ogre mates.
That's not really gonna help anything.
Definitely gonna help. Yeah.
The more
I guess they just didn't have the points.
hungry.
Promote.
Hungry.
Problem here, I want to send in the Noblars first. What do we have? Clarence. Okay, yeah, you can fight Clarence. That's fine. That ogre charge in there. But Clarence should just buckle under that immediately.
In the tabletop, I believe they get 1 extra attack, or like they get per ogre. There's like a die roll when you charge too. Just
Yeah.
get an auto wound.
Like the impact attacks or whatever.
Probably only chariots would have them.
Send the nobblers in. You go and eat these. Oh.
Yeah, some of the units, these games have some of the units they're not committing to doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Night runners are just sort of hanging out, watching another way. Strange tactic. I guess they're trying to do like layered defense.
I guess so. I
Makes
don't.
sense. The towers sometimes, but
How's the infiltration going?
it's going well. We're doing it.
Good, good.
We soon have all sorts of problems keeping them well. And they're still none the wiser.
Mm-hmm.
Then when we've done these three, I'll be coming over this bridge here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're doing pretty okay.
Wish the gorges was fast.
Yes, that would be nice.
Might be some tech or something we could upgrade. Yeah, mean.
Saturate nobblers into spears there a little bit more. What do we have? Dismember. Okay, you're slowing someone down. So if you need to catch someone, let me know and I'll see what I can do. Actually, I can do it on
And
this
they need
case.
a couple units back here, so there might be someone, but I can't see them yet. If they are, then they're just berserk.
Here, you, here.
Yeah, some of us probably fight about 1-to-1 with. They can probably beat Skaven slaves, right? Probably.
I think so. Game and
The
Slaves
tabletop.
is
If these 6 of them die every turn, just
you
passively.
just by hanging out.
Yeah, it's absolutely terrible. You just put them there to hold the enemy still while you artillery them.
Yeah. I mean, Skaven has that thing where it can shoot into their own
Oh, yeah.
people
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
It's a bit of a mess over here, actually.
I like when people fight the high elves and they escape into melee.
Yeah.
Ah, we're safe now. Charge.
Cats in. It's broke down. You charge here. Break these guys. Back here. Hold these guys in place. A lot of spears here, actually, so let's saturate in. You are really not moving, even though I'm telling you to move. So,
Begin to get pretty good momentum up.
yes.
These passive buffs. Forcing them to commit more. Have consequences.
It's the left flank here that needs the most help, it seems. Actually, let's eat these. Saturate up here.
There's no storm or anything though. So.
No, it's just clan rats, really. It's the spears, that's because everything has a spear and most of us is large, right? So the ogres don't necessarily like that a lot, but they're still holding. That's why we have the nobblers. Saturate in here.
I'll go help there.
Oh, Scrag is asleep. That was not the plan. Scrag, excuse me. Sir. I'm sure she's nobblers. Spirit of these spears. Nice. Normal ogres are fast, so usually like the Skaven skirmishing can't really run away from them. They sort of catch up.
Okay.
Very nice.
That's good, though the garrison doesn't have too much of it. But like a Clan Eshin thing can be very annoying.
Oh yeah. What's the momentum for us? You're okay. Anything sleep? Yeah, you're still asleep. You need to get in here, man. We have one ogre unit that was like, no, fuck this. Let's go away.
Yeah, I mean, balance of power is in our favor. We have most of these. Like, you know, taking out this defense thing took away 25 hit points percent from each of their units, and like 10 leadership. They should all begin breaking now, I think. About how they could hold.
Yeah, they are not. Skaven not having a great time at the moment.
That leadership buff is pretty good, for especially units that don't have any.
Biggest in the try.
What's been the problem with Skaven, right? They can't really hold, but now they can, so...
This is over. Once we took battles.
When do we
This supply point here has 6 towers attached to it. My god.
That's a very important
All
one.
of them. Yeah.
That's the one we hold.
I'll smell ya. The great
Ah,
Lord
that should
we
be
go.
that.
claims another.
Oh, there's one holdout somewhere.
These night runners. Over here. Not charging with the gorgers. They're right
Take
nearby.
it all.
Gorgers cause fear, and that made them run. Some skills like-
Oh. Ah,
Oh,
close but empiric.
yeah, the fact that they don't put anything to stop the gorgers because they can't see them. Like, they didn't even know we had them until the end.
I need more gorgers.
Yeah, they're nice. Unless they get shot. That
Yeah, that's not nice.
they,
We
that's
don't-
the end of it.
But they
They're
trust their...
invisible until they get close.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Trust their
But
invisibility
avoid-
to...
think around and stuff, right? Pretty good value on the Noblars, even.
Yeah, they did a lot of killing.
It seems like they fought favorably.
They did, yeah. Did well. A little nobblies.
Conquering so many towns. To pick it up over here, but I recover very slowly.
I've invested points in... I have a healer early in the trees to give more replenishment rates. I'm went into that because...
I don't. I have stuff like 3 recruitment cost.
Oh,
Mine's 3%. It's nothing. It is-
how
it's nothing.
useful.
Yeah, it's garbage.
I can serve you better, great Lord.
Let's see.
I think we're going to go all Noblar. Probably is the best way to go. I don't know. There's something called the Iron Blasters.
Sort it out.
I have... I do know that Iron Blasters are very good. They're like huge shotguns on wheels, pretty much. Anyone wants a quick...
And
Ah, my good friends the dwarves wants to trade.
Talk
Very
and
good.
give your true language
Really?
if you must.
Yes.
I make no promises
You'd
as to
think
the
that-
outcome.
I think I should be friends with the other ogres. I have a lot of things that give me bonuses to ogre diplomacy. So
I mean, you are the over tyrant, so
I
you
probably
are...
confederate them eventually. So let's just start by making friends with some of this blood law.
ostensibly their boss, so...
Pay me for it. Okay.
Take a look at your area. Yeah, this is mountains, right? Like, it's always problematic. Moving
I'm gonna
around
hope
here.
that I can confederate the other ogre tribes that I don't start at war with, right? I'm gonna kill
Mhm.
these starting enemies, but
So where are you going next? Are you going into the Darklands or are you going into Cathay?
I gotta go into. Well, once I've finished my province, right?
Yeah.
I might kill these Karagazoran dwarves, or I might leave them for the folk tribe. But the folk tribe hates me for some sort of. And we're supposed to be enemies, I think.
Yeah.
They have that big aversion thing. So I might kill them and sort of take the southern mountains here,
Huh.
confederate the northern bits, and then we'll see. If Cathay comes for me, I'll come for them, and if not, I'll probably go into the Darklands. Yeah, fight some orcs.
Hmm.
Seems like a nicer territory.
The Darklands is a nicer territory than Cathay.
Well, you know Cathay, right? I have a
I
lot of
do.
shooting, a lot of crossbows.
Lots of shooting, lots of
They kind of want to raid
anti-large.
their caravans, honestly. So I'm okay with it. Just want to be friendly.
I wanna see some caravan raiding for sure.
I don't know how, but I figure I built camps.
I
in.
mean, they walk past you, so you can attack them. Like, when you see them on the map, you can attack them. Alright, there is Skaven in them, there are hills, but I am certainly hurt. Oh, we can do it. Keep this rolling, why not?
Even down here too, aren't there? Usually not that many unoccupied.
Valiant defeat. A similar situation. He has bulked up on spears, certainly. Does have that. Is it the same type of map? Yes, but with walls this. I can just starve him out a bit, I guess. I think that's sort of the only thing he has.
I gotta recover from a couple turns probably. Sort of strike out again.
Let's see what he does. We need to get some more meat into the grinder as well.
Yeah, do that. We're running out. Quick.
Yeah. Maybe we should just attack then. But I need to keep going here.
Shame to lose your units though. You can't really replace them.
It's mostly Noblars and Bulls. As long as I don't lose the Gorgers, that's fine. I don't think I will. Also, that's annoying. Attacking and keeping a more defend, like a tight formation might solve the problem for me. Because then you can saturate more with the Noblars and just have the Ogre sort of things down.
How do I make camp? Cannot deploy camp. Too close to settle. Alright. Deploy it over here then, so I can not have to eat meat. So I am. I got like a turn or two. So now I can see. I can hop into the camp, or well, like that's the.
Yes, you can hop into the camp, I think, or you can't, but you can recruit from it.
Alright, now I can pack it up somehow. Abandon camp. I don't think I'll do that. It has upkeep though. Oh, I can make a loot pile. I see. Alright. So there's sort of like an extra settlement I want to make.
Yeah, that's your main settlement because there's like a full
Oh, yeah.
building queue. Yeah, we're gonna attack this Skaven. We're gonna try to take this.
Just saw that I had 22 meat and I ate 17 per turn. So,
Yeah. Let's see.
right, this is a kind of rough one. Yeah.
Yeah, this will be a rough one.
As long as we win. Yeah.
Yep.
If we lose, then that might set you back quite hard.
Would prefer not to.
Yeah.
Would be vastly preferable.
Level 8 already though. You've been conquering quick.
Oh yeah, we're moving.
Able to come back. You'd have put on the defensive for a little bit. It might be worth to do a gamble.
The valiant defeat we were supposed to suffer last time didn't really do too much. Not too much here. Is this the same map? Yeah.
So I would prefer, I think, if you want me to gorger them, to be over here, because that leads me pretty much a straight path up to their.
The main point.
Yeah.
Yep, that is wise. Go.
Here, Austin's my better place.
Maybe I shall then. Maybe I shall then actually just deploy on the furthest edge away to lure them all away. Really.
Yeah, you could. I mean, I'm just going to go up, and they're probably going to put a couple units at their victory point up there. They usually do. But I can get up there pretty quick now. So I'll go take the 2 back ones there, and then I'll go really kill anything that comes near.
Yeah. Much the same. Last. The way in, really. What type of towers are these? Oh, nasty ones.
Piercing towers. So they're not the explosive ones, but they're the armor-piercing sort of anti-big thing.
Yeah, I don't like those. There are a few of them over here.
Could it make them shoot the Noblars? That's definitely what we want. They
that
would
would
kill
be nice.
a couple ogres probably per hit. The worst case is you can shoot Scrag.
He's pretty
Oh,
tough,
yeah.
so
Well,
he
he's got
can
a lot
take a
of meat on
few
him.
shots. Yes, he has a lot of meat on him. I guess we will do a similar deployment what we did last time. Let's put the Noblars. These 2. You're in group 1. In group here.
I ain't no gobbo. Serve the ogres.
2.
Me.
These with them.
All calls. Where's me master?
Groups and this. Scrag. I mean, Scrag, you can sort of hang out in the middle. I think that's fine. Draw some more attention to. You
Win supper.
are pretty hurt, so I prefer if you hid in the back here. I hide you behind this rock. Nice. The Wolfos or the beasts, they hang out here.
I'll smell ya.
One. Yeah, I think we are good to go. You're doing the secret infiltration, metal stealth ogre over there.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Slow this down and get in.
Yep. We're facing no visible enemies anywhere close at all, really. I don't see anything up at their defensive platform, so that might just be a vision thing, or there might actually just not be any, in which case. Yeah.
Seem to have deployed pretty much on around the walls here for us.
Scrag the slaughterer.
Oh, these towns. It's poor Noblars. It's a horrendous damage.
Yeah.
Not that the Noblars are important, but like...
Still feel for them in a little way.
Small, decrepit, but big-nosed way.
They're
Bit of-
decrepit and big nosed, right? Let's here break this.
Imagine, like, the Empire, right? What could the Empire do if they had a regiment of ogres? Like, actually... Like, I know they give them floppy hats and stuff, but if you somehow trained these guys to actually be good at fighting, like,
Yeah.
Right now they rely pretty much just on their brute strength and ferocity, right?
But aren't there like the man-eaters? Aren't they like specialized, like more elite ogres? I think. But,
Maybe. I mean, they have the capacity to it if they can just get enough meat consistently to not be completely crazy with hunger all the time.
Not here.
Through the wall pretty quick, so the towers didn't manage to do as much damage as could be feared. They just abandoned them pretty much right after. If I fought ogres, I would make sure to have my ranged on the wall and just turn them around when the ogres got in here.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah.
really deal with that at all. Run.
Those guys are engaged. These guys are engaged. I think group 3 here is the one that sort of being pressured pretty hard. Well.
Where's me master? Dead. My chum.
I do like these siege maps. There's
Very cool.
When do we eat?
all the different factions, you know.
Thundering for.
I know technically it's the same, but the graphic style sort of makes it feel different.
I agree.
When supper. Killing time.
Scrag's coming up to help. Hang on, boys. Big Daddy Scrag's coming. Alright, let's do it. Bit of ogre magic here. Hold on a big fist. Oh, that did very well, actually.
The more calls. Hungry. Dead. Dead. Biggest in the tribe. Noblars.
Let's see. Yeah, that flank is buckling. It's true. But don't worry, we'll get there.
Off we go. For the masters. Munch 'em.
We're almost to the troop up here.
Ogres.
Their sort of main one is super very defensible, really.
Yeah.
Loved that thing.
When do we eat? Killing time. Take
Our
it
group
all.
got completely overwhelmed because he deployed like most of his forces then, but that's
Take
okay.
it all.
I gave you an order to... Oh, I see. Well.
I'll smell ya. It's happening. Take it all. In my guts. Me. Slaughter. The more. The great more.
Oh, that's 25% hit points, 15% melee defense, and 10% leadership. Oh, 10 leadership straight up. They're gone.
Good. We are buckling a little bit here. That's good.
Crunch their skulls. Leg it.
Begin to take their victory location to Central Plaza,
Run for it.
which will further destroy their morale.
Where's me
Alongside, we'll begin to take down these towers in the back, and then charge through if it's still needed. Which I doubt.
Hungry! Dead! The point is yours now. Oh more. Boys,
I don't know.
for me. Thundering forth. Scrag!
This Greg is 48 speed on him. He's a man on a mission.
So motivated.
The more call.
We need to.
Killing time. It is ours. It is the Moors. Carve up for the godmouth.
Do you have any big concentration of enemies anywhere? Not really.
The hunger. Crunch their skulls. Master of the meat pot. Overwhelm them. Guns out, boys. For sure. Find them and kill them. Noblars attack.
Hey. Noblars are sleeping. Guess they can capture this.
Hold together.
Stop the towers from shooting. Oh no, that ogre got.
Voice of the Moor.
Wait, who's spelling? I thought that you killed the sorcerer. Who's casting the warp lightning? I'm much incensed. There we go. Alright, rough one. But we did it.
That's victory. Much better than we didn't lose anything permanently. Oh, an ogre bowl there.
There was one left. I don't know if he survived or not.
It was no problem, really.
Ah.
Close.
Lost one. That's fine.
A new home for butchery. Scrag, silver, servant. The cool harvester.
Yeah, growth.
Cools.
A little bit more of it. Are eating me out of the house, but I mean, be on point. We'll put down a camp next time.
I can serve you better, Great Moor. The more my coupon awaits. Must butcher.
Now is to waddle out here, plonk down a camp next to Marienburg. Profit. Let's go a little bit further on here to get more out of the range of it.
No hesitation, no rest.
Here. Marienburg for burglars, breakwater, and Grosseler.
Prophet of the Great Moor. The slaughterer goes. Everyone does what I say.
Oh, camp deployed.
The more tyrant of the tribe.
Ah, yes, here we have the proper tech for things. Yes, yes. Forgers, giants. Well, stone horns. Yeah, we've seen stone horns. They're cool. Iron guts. Yep, yep. We
I think
have
early tech tree has some pretty good stuff, like
Uh,
for control. That seems to, that's pretty good. 10 income from building. Yeah.
man eaters. Hornfang
Punishment.
cav. Pretty neat. Actually, penetration rate. Gluttony. Let's see. Upkeep. Yeah, I like the upkeep one. Growth. Meat generated 5. I mean, yeah. 10. A spare tent. Spare tent. I mean, all of these are good, but growth, like my gut always tells me to go growth buildings first. Seems to always pay off. All right. Build a defensive Noblar cave.
Want everything. My coupon waits.
Marienburg, huh?
Need to fight.
That is a big juicy price.
It's too many steel for me to fight. What am I gonna do about it? Not really. What am I doing about it?
Grab, raid, consume.
Like I've hit a bit of a wall here.
Yeah.
I'm really stalling in my expansion.
Servant of the faith.
Food problems.
In charge. I'm the boss.
Need more meat, otherwise I can't travel through these mountains. Please table with generate meat. I'll spend all our money on that. Hope these escaping will go someplace else so I can attack them. They're not at war with anyone though, so I don't think so.
Might just hang out in case.
There's so many of them, man. They have one settlement, and they build a garrison building, then they have a full stack and a half stack.
Yeah.
So there's more than I can chew. It's unfortunate.
Contracts. Let's see what we have. Capture and occupy the following settlement, Marienburg. I mean, yeah, I'm on my way to do exactly that, so that seems reasonable.
Ample page.
Yeah.
I bring meat
We're ready to take Marienburg.
by the more.
Oh, he
Early.
walked his army away. Alright then.
It seems early, but yeah. Let's do it.
Pyrrhic victory, high casualties. I mean, he has halberdiers, but I feel this is dumb.
That was so quick, man.
Well, the mountain pass pops out right next to Marienburg. So here we are. Ah, Imperial Swordsman.
Nothing. There's simply too few. What do I do anything?
To the beautiful Marienburg. I don't see any water except that pond over there.
You're outnumbered by ogres. You know you're in for a bad time.
You know, I feel Marienburg should have its own special map, honestly.
Maybe it will. I mean, it seems likely that they'll finally put an actual lord here.
Burgomeister.
Yeah, maybe this and Middenheim. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, we have Todbringer is already sort of. So I think it's easier to just sort of crush their force here than to actually take points on this map. There's so few of them.
Yeah, a few.
Get these. If you deploy like on the, a bit on the left here, I'll deploy most of the force on the right, maybe, and we can. Actually, if you deploy like here, you can just break in and hit them on the side here, and I'll deploy in the front here too. So should be fine.
Biggest in the
So
tribe.
who's meant to be your threat here? You've taken like a couple of provinces now.
I think the Empire is
Yeah.
supposed to be my threat.
These things are posing no. Like they're just rolling over.
I think Karl Franz is gonna be my first stopgap, but that would be my guess. It is a soft target, generally speaking. Yeah, I think there's a reason that Scrag sort of just rolls over this part of the map if you don't play Kislev or anything. There isn't too much to stop him here. Honest.
It's sort of a neglected part. You know?
It
He's
is.
the only one who is here. Nothing else going on.
Take it all.
And everyone who's here just kind of wants to not have to deal with him.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I saw in my own case. Right? The Empires want to fight each other instead of.
Pretty much, yeah.
There's an anti-player folk or like a.
Bias, yeah. Oh, they have actually cannon tower or something. That's okay. A little bit nasty, but what is this spaghetti line? Oh, look at my ogres. What is this?
Yeah.
Make sure that cannonball hits as many as possible down the line.
The old 40k capture point.
They're doing that everywhere. I haven't seen that on gates before, so I guess just these Imperial gates that somehow inspired the spaghetti line.
Kind of silly that they haven't lowered the portcullis when I look at their doors here. They have it sort of up.
Seems like a mistake on their part, yeah.
Yeah, you should really lower that.
Go through, boys.
This way.
Yep. Okay. I'll get a Maternus Becker.
Take it all. Noblars attack. Strike the slaughterer. Bring us meat. Find a meal. Where's me master?
Alright, Noblars. Your job is to take down the Halberdiers. Brave, brave Noblars.
Well, I might well attack him in the back here.
Yep.
So, I'm gonna tear this guy up because he was alone.
Seems like he's in the wrong neighborhood.
Ogres attack. When do we eat? Killing time. Ogres. This way.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Oh,
You paused?
no, I did not. Disconnect.
I don't think so. I think maybe there's a
Maybe it
a crash.
crashed. Oh, okay. Damn it. Oh well.
Ah,
Wasn't really a difficult battle or anything. We'll get back to this. Easy enough. Ah, yes. Yeah, so what we can surmise, Scrag, easy start, Greases, difficult.
I wouldn't say difficult. I'd say much slower.
Yeah.
I think I should have gone for the other side, but maybe I should have bought some more of the battles instead of ours on them,
Yeah.
because that generally leads to fewer casualties. But, which would have not slowed me down so much.
Yeah.
So, But yeah, I mean, I haven't done the ogres. I have really no idea what I'm doing.
We are playing very hard, so...
I don't have a province yet, and I don't think I will anytime soon, given that the Skaven have so many there.
I mean,
It's like the only thing they have, and they're not really interested in going anywhere. So
can send a little bit of gold if that would help.
I really, I mean, what slowed me down is because my army eats a lot of food. It takes like 3 turns to get to any fight, and so it sort of, and a fight gives like 2 or 6.
Yeah, you can pick the option to get more if it's a field battle, but not if you're...
So they don't really generate it. I tried to build Noblage because they seem to eat less. But,
Yes, yeah. I think Nobla should eat nothing. I think just ogres should have the meat.
Hello?
Client left the game.
I
Game
got the
aborted.
same message. Yeah.
Okay. Try again.
What are you doing here? What was this?
Do not appreciate. Up again. Oh, the auto save otherwise.
I can load in, now I have to waiting for other players to finish loading.
Yeah, I'm still loading in. Here I am. Alright, let's fight.
Butchery awaits. Butchery.
Me too.
I wonder if we can build a port in Marienburg, an ogre port.
Which would be called like a grand fishery.
Hmm. Whalers, I think ogres would be great whalers.
I think they wouldn't be able to contain themselves. Might get too much salt, really.
Maybe, yeah.
Just die from sodium poisoning.
I mean, if an ogre can die from eating something weird, I don't know if that's the case.
They're just universal.
Pretty much. I feel like they can eat pretty much anything. Maybe warpstone, as you said. Maybe that's the one thing they can't really eat. Here you go, gorgers.
Actually, weird that TS doesn't have ogres. You'd think that corn or something, but I guess he's just about slaughter. I don't know.
Yeah. One is mostly about murder, not eating, and that's sort of what you... The ogres like violence, but it's really eating that like drives them, right? So...
Continuous consumption. It's a commentary on consumerism.
Oh yeah. We're all part of the Great Maw. Great Maw, you were the monster all along, Manaki.
I was the Gorger.
Yes, exactly. That's what you realize at the end of the story. Oof, that cannon tower. Jesus Christ. That killed how many ogres? 8 ogres died from that salvo. Holy moly. Ouch. Not a fan. Not a fan at all.
Yeah, we learned that. We learned that early.
Not a fan. Do not want. This wall breaking ability really seems to be the ultimate just cheese for the honest. Like, I have an ability. I don't care about your walls or anything, really.
This way! Find them, Mill! Carve them!
Move a little bit over here to try to avoid the halberds. I can help it, I'd rather not fight them evenly. Do this though, and saturate in with Noblars on all of these halberds. Ooh, those guys. Guess again the halberds kind of mean here. Still. Oh,
There's so few of them, and so many of us.
There's so. It's just really is pathetic. Although getting caught here is very annoying.
I'll smell ya! Ogres! This way! Rampage this way!
Scrag away over here. In here. We need Scrag to get over here actually.
Let's go, boys!
Alright, halberdiers, hard counter to normal ogres. Check.
On it!
They certainly do the business.
Orcers don't like them either.
Get Scrag over here, but it keeps getting stuck on like a single like swordsman.
We don't really have anything but ogres, so. Sort of just gonna take the fight, even if it's unpleasant.
Just have to. So.
I mean, they'll die too.
Yeah, they're dying.
Biggest in the tribe!
Wow, they lost all orders I gave them, huh? That's unfortunate.
Tribe on the move! Thunder in full! Guns out, boys! Where's me master? Looking for him!
And big hand.
Yeah, big ogre hand.
Jump and jab!
Pretty good at that stuff. There we go. Alright, took some damage. Oh, not a problem.
Not from Marienburg, I mean.
He moved, he had a stack in here, but he walked away with it in the previous turn. So you're like, alright, sure.
Incredibly valuable.
Take this from you. Oh, Hashet champion. Capturing Marienburg here. Quite easy, honestly.
11.
I think they sort of gave it to us, if I'm honest. I mean, if he had a full stack of halberds, this would have been a very different fight, but...
We go up, step the other part, and then finish
Yeah.
up the region. The wasteland.
Why not? It'd be an ogre place anyway. Oh, yeah, we got the harbor.
Greenberg docks. That's money.
Another cinnabar mining pit. Hooray!
Scrag, slaughter, sermon.
Yeah, it seems a lot of these empire settlements also start at level 1. Which
Yeah.
Be overtime.
will take a while for them to do anything but skilling.
We need to let's see, catch replenishment rate, gluttony, upkeep army, income for post battle loot 5% of the Noblars box. For battle plus 4% in circle. That's neat. Feast table, meat generated 5. I mean, yeah, get the feast table. Generate some meat.
I bring meat. Master Butcher.
Growth, Rain Gobbler, Toothcracker, armor and missile resist, not bad. Can see that being useful. have up here? Troll guts. This is a big heal. The maw. Yeah, explosion. Sure. And extra ingredients. Okay, sure. Keep going into the magic. What it does after all. The sea creature there as well. I might get money from that. That'd be neat.
I'll eat this whole stinking world.
I did that was the quest from Middenlands, and now my good friend Middenland would never ever betray me. You want a trade agreement? Sure. Order of the Great Maw. Quest battle. We'll do that later.
Prophet of the Great Maw.
Yeah, a little bit more. Bit more oomph here in our force before we do something so
Seek tribute.
important.
Boss, the Great Maw beckons.
Yeah,
Did he move his force?
I'm just waddling.
Yeah.
Hungry. Always hungry.
Oh, it's pretty good. It's like a gold mine, pretty much.
We seem pretty good at like playing wide, really. Conquering a bunch.
Yeah, we'll with sparkles on the sea thing. What's this? Noblar scavenging, 50% from raiding. I mean, that's nice. Camp growth. Get camp growth. Pretty good tech here, actually.
Yeah, they're really good tech.
I'm the boss.
Yoo-hoo, Marienburg, where did you go?
Throw a feast in my honor. Tyrant of the tribe. Want everything. The godmouth.
Are you up here? I don't think so, but look. Pathetic little hovel. Close victory. Come on. We're solving this. Fuck this shit. Oh, Jesus Christ, how much he killed. What the fuck? These autos almost suck.
I mean,
It's ours now. It hungers.
if I pack up my camp, do I build the same one elsewhere?
I believe so. I've
Well, there's
never
a-
I've never actually tried it, but I think so. Maybe. You can make a save and you can try.
We'll figure it out.
Each cleaver, yeah.
Thank you, godmouth.
But I think so. It wouldn't make any sense otherwise, because you only have so many camps you can build. I think it's like 4 or something, so that would be very anemic, right?
Yeah.
Wait. The Empire.
Boris right there. Is he coming to steal? Yeah, he's coming to steal Marienburg places from me, isn't he?
By the comet.
I might have to smack Boris then.
Just kill him.
Yes, we need to smack Boris. Ready with the Bjornlings.
Raiding, but you have my time. No Northmen come.
It going right.
Always
They really,
ready for a
these
heavy
Northmen really
contest.
are like, oh yeah, this guy.
The big ogre murder man.
Yeah, big order murder man. Yeah. Mind him at all, actually.
No,
Great.
I have a pop
I don't think we have aversion to a lot of things.
rage.
No, I suppose not. I'm just happy everyone wants to be friends with the creepy, you know, cannibalistic preacher that sort of hangs around. I mean,
Why not?
Reese's I can
You would-
understand because he's a businessman.
If you saw a new person move in next door and
Here we go.
said hi and you saw him, you know, would you antagonize him? You say,
Empire declares war. Here we go.
friends, wait.
Here we
Poor
go.
friends. Poor friends.
He has a full stack, and I don't think I can defend Gristle Valley
Absolutely not.
against that.
Let's see what happens if I pack down this camp. So how would I actually do this? How do I just dismantle it? Abandon camp. Is that what I want to do? Or do I... There's another interaction.
Oh,
I guess we just try abandoning. Hope it doesn't. Oh yeah, that disappeared pretty
Kick
quick.
off soon.
There was no cooldown, I think. Alright. If I go over here, and then set up, put up another one, deploy. No, that's just a new camp. That doesn't have any of the upgrades I have.
really?
That's a huge waste of money for me. Ah, terrible. Well,
But how do you move camps then?
I don't know, but definitely not that way.
Hmm.
They will serve their slaughtermaster.
Maybe you can't. Maybe it's just...
Have to. Come on, like I feel like.
My recipes will grant them power.
I'm earning 300 money. I can see the ogre next to me here has 2 full stacks and a garrison as well. So,
Absolutely not.
we're rocking a hot place here. We're gonna have
Hmm.
to fight something that is a lot.
There's the stack. Emil Van Corden, he went east, I guess. Ah, I see.
You can see over here, Crackbat, Grudbreaker, and Gar, and Apple Peak. Camping it on one side while the Skaven are doing the same thing on the other side.
Scrag, silver, servant.
I have to check how you help pages.
The core harvester.
I upgraded it a bit. I put like a couple buildings in there, you know.
Yeah, I got it.
It's not a thing.
Very unfortunate.
Ain't gonna roll over. Not
Fast.
likely.
Let's upgrade that as a stop for him.
You're going in my gut.
Well, how do I actually... let's see here. If I'm smart, I'll try to do something like ambushing. That seems like the way to go. If I ambush here, he might try to go for the camp. It's almost undefended. Beyond that, I'm earning nothing, and that's the only army I have. So my turns are going to be very quick until I can deal with this somehow. Hello?
Hello.
Something happening?
Yeah,
You're
sorry.
pending a dilemma.
Yeah, sorry. Let's.
Must butcher
some time. Yeah, I'm just reading. It's like people are like, oh yeah, you can demolish and move them, or like you can move your camps, but just tear them down and start over from zero every time. That seems waste.
Used to be how it works. Which I guess is why they need barely any growth to grow up.
Oh, so.
You need only 10 to again.
Oh, okay, so yeah, so what people seem to do is that they put down an original camp where they have all of their tech and stuff, and then other camps later on they just place down for the buff and tear down and build up again. You have like one big main camp that you global recruit from.
It hungers.
Okay. I need to actually kill my way down here, really. Can't.
The more sends me.
Okay, sort of big forces. Hello.
My Kupona rights. Must I? Must
Lure them in with that.
never slow.
France only has swordsman, pretty much. So if my proper stack can definitely beat this guy.
Another time.
Don't have that yet though. That is far away. Siflin's been upgraded. Let's get a lord in here.
Chances are we could win a defense then too if he just has swordsman.
Probably, potentially. Not just swordsman, but it is overwhelmingly so.
I can see he can barely recruit anything else. Altdorf is only level 2. It's a village, the village of Altdorf.
Good old village of Altdorf.
And I'll have Uberstrike up maybe 2 buildings in each.
Alright, I've set up a little trap here. We'll see if they go for it. That would be delightful.
Where you going, mate?
Oh, friends, we could have been such friends. You know, repay me and like Imperial orphans or something. That would kill your enemies. Look at this. Now you have ruined everything. Had to go and do it, didn't you? Yeah, I offered his BP beans, but Manaki stays with his choices. He does not want to reload. Yeah, I mean, we'll fight. We'll fight this. There's a lot of swordsmen, but I feel we can carve through a lot of this. 1 unit of halberdiers, but we do have nobler trappers. And we do have magic. So let's see what we can do here. An odd deployment for him.
Yeah, sort of in the back there.
Uh,
Though then again, he can really deploy wherever he wants.
True. Didn't see if we had any wolfos.
Any reinforcements coming in.
Yeah, he has a tiny little stack coming in.
I thought France started with a better stack than this. I guess he lost his original starting unit.
Now he has it. It's the rifleman and the Reichsguard, and then he's just in a halberdier unit. That's his starting stack, and then
Pretty
he's just
garbage, so compared to what people get nowadays.
he's pretty much fully deploying back here.
Yeah, just a little this, a little that, and most of it over there.
There are no halberdiers in this back stack. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just charge out, smash these guys around, and then turn around and try to like hold the rest of this.
Right.
I think that's the play. I think that's the play here.
You're the boss. In this case.
There. They have to go like all the way around.
So much ivory. Look at that. We build walls out of mammoth tusk.
Yes, 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 we do.
Obscene. Such fabulous wealth. Of the
I know. We're
Ogre settlements.
pretty good here. Let's see. We can. Cannon tower could. We have a catapult tower. Okay. Tempted just to plonk down a sheep tower in the beginning here, just to get some covering fire. I think that's a wise purchase.
Sure. I don't know what the towers for the ogres are like. They're different for each faction. So maybe our first and second towers are great.
Yeah, there's okay. I will go with the third tower. They have splash damage. That's what we need here. Okay. Well, okay. You are gonna be my cavalry master.
Hungry! Rejoice in flame!
Well, I'll try to squeeze around some of this stuff and just sort of.
Yeah, my tactic is just we're gonna charge out,
Boys,
and we're just gonna smash through this. Because I want to get to the ranged in the back and we just carve through this pretty much. I think we can do it. France is going to be a challenge, but we have two heroes. I feel they can beat a level 1 France, whatever he is over there. Alright, let's go. Do it to it, boys.
I mean, even if we lose, he's going to be so damaged, I think, for this that.
There's certainly
That's
the hope
pretty bad.
here.
Does blow up have a good spell, a good siding spell? Keep burning
He's
the
not
wall.
bad. I'll do a little flock of doom here. Classic.
Yeah, Flock of Doom is pretty good for just any spell you might get. What did the Mournfang do? Monstrous Cavalry. He's pretty beat up his shock cavalry. But I'll try to get these now. Alright. Mike's God usually isn't the best cavalry you can get.
Nope.
They're so small compared to these rhinos. Time to do that thing where you just walk through everything, right?
Yep. True. You go in there. Smash those riflemen. We don't want any of that.
Build a tower now.
Ah, yes. Try this. Red Noblars, impress me.
I do think knockback is a bit overstated looking at this. I mean, it is. The distances involved are just.
Pretty ridiculous.
It's like throw a guy like 20 meters and he stands up and picks up his bow. Yeah. In real life, things go down a bit harder than they go far. France, you're not ready. Your stack can't take an undefended settlement. Look at this. This is embarrassing for them.
Yeah, I need slow. This guy's down. Go.
Ogres attack! Me! Me! Me!
France is running.
Die! Cool of the moor!
Oh, it's just dead.
In my gut! Point lost! The moor will not forgive! Hungry! When do we eat? Carve the meat! Get it done!
Brave Noblars. Hey, brave Noblars. We are definitely going to protect this up here, because that is the most important one we have.
Bring us meat! I feel the hunger! For the
Down these guys. Noblars.
I suppose we kind of want to get ready to.
Yep, we need to defend over here.
Yeah, yeah!
Gonna build this to win some time.
Well placed. Now they only will come from one side.
I think so, yeah.
Out, boy!
Or they spend time busting through it, which is also fine for us. Alright, this flank is broken. Everyone back. Everyone back.
I hear it's cool.
They flee the whole way out.
This is a problem. They don't flee to the closest, like, recruitment zone from where they deploy.
No,
They
they're
just sort
going to
of
turn around at some point.
just ran.
I'm just going to make sure that these guys don't do. They stay out.
Yep.
Don't have to deal with something coming up in the back. No one needs like 16 hand gunners just showing up. Get out there.
I ain't no gobbo!
Catapult.
The meat steals from the Moor's children! Take it all!
Where's the Halberdiers? They're not here.
They are out
Oh,
there
boy.
somewhere.
No, this is just crossbows and swordsmen. If you want to really hit them there, we gotta go out and get this.
Alright,
Before.
let's get them.
We're shooting this door, but we can go through it too. Oh, this barricade.
Yeah.
Get those, guys. Until the Halberdiers get here, I don't think there's going to be a huge issue.
Supper!
Well. Right.
Munch 'em!
What is that? What are you doing? Like what you want in front here.
Bring us meat! Follow the Moor's call! Biggest in the tribe!
Yeah, I think we strike out and then.
Yeah, let's
fall
hit him.
back.
Let's hit him.
Me!
Oh, more back. Oh,
In my gut!
put that over there pretty
Master
well.
of butchery! Carve them! Eat 'em! The slaughtermaster will perform the meat right!
Slow this guy's down even more.
I feel the hunger! Cool of the moor!
Buff the Mornfang a little bit here, true.
Just trying to get through to get to the cab here. Oh, that worked pretty well.
Guts out, boys!
There you go.
So,
Attack them,
boys.
now they're putting in. That's just a big pile fight.
Overwhelm them! I ain't no gobbo! The Master! Slaughter!
Hmm.
Build another big tower if we have a space
Yeah,
for it.
I'll get another.
Oh my, I would think they can have like 5 towers.
It's a pretty awesome capture point. Yeah,
It's a huge one, and like a wall there. That's amazing.
pretty defensible one. Very different from some of the crap we've seen in Kislev, for example.
The one thing, something happened to them just now. I looked away for a moment. Now they're running away.
Okay, well that's unfortunate.
They didn't like the melee fight there too much, I suppose.
Maybe they got shot.
Maybe. They're well, pretty much on top of those guys.
For sure! Crunch their
Seems like their crossbows aren't leaving the melee though, so they still did their job.
Drive on the move! Sure thing! Here we go! Alright!
And now a big explosive tower there should be back. Up a little bit.
Spear 'em! Ah! Take it all!
Back charge there.
Try to.
Over.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to block them up with all the.
Kind of said there's one thing in. Things are wavering a little bit here.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. I'm not saying it's going great, but we're trying our best here. Working with what we got.
Like a doom value though. That's something you can't help but be
True.
happy with.
If I had like 2 more ogre units, you know, this would be done and over with here. But
The real question is, I mean, do we just fall back to the capture point? I think that might be the way to go, and just let the towers do a bit of work on them.
I don't have too much left. Most of it is running, if I'm honest. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that's it. That's armor losses. Well, we certainly stopped him, and I have other settlements down the line here that he's not going to be able to take. Not with this. Yeah, his shooting didn't do really much. It was just, you know, after the ogres were sort of damaged from the first initial engagement, they just didn't have enough staying power really to take the next reinforcement stack that came
They
in.
don't have a lot of armor. That's what.
Yep.
Even normal units can damage them.
Yep. We killed France. Bloodied pretty much everything else, so take it. You want military access, yeah.
He moved into Gristle Valley. Lovely
Good.
place.
Means that Altdorf is unprotected, right?
It would have. Ambush has been foiled. Oh, come on. Give me a little bit of something here.
Okay, so he ran away. Can I reach this guy? I think I can. It is almost impossible to see. Here. I think I can. Okay, good. Get this guy. Oh, I see a Cathay caravan right next to me. Sadly, I can't really do much about that at the moment. Pyrrhic victory, casualties high. We need to fight this. We need to fight this, unfortunately. Am I gonna
Yeah,
spend...
I might have to throw myself in against twice my number in enemy ogres. I don't know that there's another way around that, since I can't afford more soldiers. I can't expand to either side, and you know, I'm sort of hemmed in.
Hmm. Well, would you rather fight ogres than Skaven?
Well, I'm here. It would take me like 5 turns to get to the other side again.
Ah, then
and
we'll do our
you
best.
can't construct it, so.
I'm sure Greece is a pretty good enough fight, and you have the Iron Guts, right? So seems like that should be cool for us.
Maybe some of them are not Lars, you know.
So auto-resolving this would have like wiped half my stack, pretty much. I don't know why, but that is the story.
We'll take some wounds, but it's certainly not insurmountable.
We also had a big feast before going in here, so we're 10% faster. All right.
What a deployment.
What a deployment.
Why is he facing that way?
I have no idea what's going on here.
Working then.
Let me... Yeah.
Well, I'll be gorging around to get the cannon.
Yep.
Back.
You gotta gorge.
I'll smell ya!
Gotta gorge them all.
Hungry! Take
Look
it
at the forest here. There's a hill, forest hill. Yeah, we can go through there. Remain hidden for a bit longer.
Serve the ogres!
All right. Let's waddle forward to victory.
Go! Win supper! The more calls!
See the stars moving in the skybox a little bit. Looks kind of funky.
Scrag the slaughterer!
I don't know if I do spears, but they are just Empire spears.
They're just Empire spears. Surely.
We go! When do we eat? Bring us meat! Looking for meat! Biggest in the tribe! Here we go!
I'm just gonna smash in on this side here.
Meat! Meat! Ogres attack! Ogres! Biggest in the tribe!
Are these things large? Yeah, they're large. Okay. Enough large charge into these spears. Surely it's gonna do something.
Hungry!
I'm also wounded already.
Munch 'em!
I was fighting the
What do we eat?
Midlanders, so
The more commands! The Godman arises! Me, slaughter, the more! Forever insatiable! And my gut crunch their skulls!
it's crumbling like a deck of cards here. Except these Noblars, they got the business.
Serve the ogres! Looking for him! When do we eat? When do we eat? Carve 'em! Ogres attack! Slice the meat!
But it is very nice to just sort of be able to walk through the front lines. Be like, I'm just gonna walk through this, whatever.
Shooting is becoming exposed here.
Noblars! Master of the meat pot! Voice of the moor! Crush 'em! It's me, master!
Army losses will get him soon.
Yep.
When do we eat? Carve the meat!
You just sort of bull charge through, really. Man, these haggard Noblar Rangers they have, they're literally throwing knives. Like,
These ogre mates! Noblars! Serve the ogres!
hit that
Scrag the slaughterer!
in there.
Guns out, boys! In my gun! Killing time! Munch 'em!
I'd rather fight Empire on very hard than Lizardmen. For sure. I still
This
feel
would be for ogres here. I think they would be very tough.
Yep.
Big, strong, speared. Yeah,
Yeah.
tough. Well, Lisbon usually don't do too much damage. Like
Oh, they're tough.
Very
They're holders.
Biggest in the tribe. Crunch their skulls.
those units here coming down for coming back for round 2 just for a little bit.
Crush them.
Oh, that's cute.
I mean, they're just gonna walk in and then flee again.
Find them and kill them. Slaughter them.
In a way, with units like this, it's not really a problem. They come back. It's more really a detriment to them.
Yeah. I'm just fast forwarding here because I mean, come on. There we go. There we go, and he marched, so he's out of it.
This is all the Empire has, all they can muster. It's
Yeah.
really it for the end of man. I would say not with but a whimper, but there isn't even that.
Yeah, it's not even a whip.
Ah.
It's just a balloon, sort of
Yeah.
slowly deflating.
By hook and by cleaver. Speed, yes, we will.
Right.
We will not falter.
Make a save here, because this might be the end of me if I
Yes. All right.
sort of a workout situation.
I have made a safety save.
Find me flesh.
Drive in with a big whack in here and decisive defeat. Oh well, one of his stacks is pure Noblars, so if we have that.
If you can
I
take
do
pure
think-
numbers.
I do think we don't want to fight it in a siege battle though, so I'll just surround him and he's going to attack me on his turn,
Sure.
No.
and then we sort of get to fight it as a say an actual battle,
Good to me.
which is better for us. Vastly. But there's a lot of things. Oh my god. And we'll kill that, and then we'll go back and try to kill these Skaven, and then when that's solved, then I'm really sort of surrounded by allies a little bit.
Well, that's nice.
Well, there's the Karagazorn dwarves here. But I'm gonna kill them too. But I can't complete that province unless I incorporate the
For this gift.
Bog,
Yeah.
and so which I do plan to. Right?
We got Bulg. What's
Sort of
that?
would love to step on their toes, right?
Hmm.
Conquer into the orcs instead. It's all green for us, though. Is there a place we can't live? Oh yeah, Cathay.
And not living Cathay.
No, it's all unpleasant and like even inhospitable.
Yeah.
No. So that's why we don't go in there, Conquer. It's bad. Bad land.
No more. Your
Alright.
gifts are bountiful.
Is there anything here? We can get a loot pile. Sure, let's get a loot pile.
Oh,
Oh,
desync.
attempt resync.
What is this? This is more unstable than
And it was last time,
for a
yeah.
while. They put us some new update out that messed something up.
They put update out that was supposed to stabilize desyncing and
know.
deconnecting. Yeah.
Suddenly we have more of them.
Yeah.
Is that a problem when you play it with like 6 people? 4
No,
people?
no, not really. It was laggy because, it's a lot of syncing constantly, but it wasn't this. But that was before this patch came. So
Well, maybe there'll be hotfix or something.
hope it isn't this bad
Alright,
tomorrow.
Anyway, quick save, and then we're gonna fight this.
All
'cause
right.
No choice. Now, looking at their stack here, I do feel more confident. Most of it is Noblars.
Alright.
Really, the vast majority of it is Noblars.
Noblars are
There's a
sucky.
lot of them. There's a lot of them. So,
Alright. Well,
so-
let's give him the business. That is a lot of Noblars here. A lot of ranged Noblars. I don't like those at all.
I have a big stone horn here. Armor piercing collision
Oh,
anti
yeah.
armored thing. So I don't think he has a lot of armor piercing, which is nice.
I think so. Almost nothing, I would say.
Noblar traps. Well, all right. I don't know what that means. Ooh, it's just about getting in there,
Yeah, just charge forward.
bashing before there's too many of them.
Speed ahead.
Yeah.
You can do that.
All right. What do I need you to handle? I think my ranged Noblars. Not sure what they do, what they're good at, but
Right?
make something happen with it.
I'll try.
And focus on targets that are good to be shot, because
Maybe I can lure the enemy forward towards us.
maybe, though he does outshoot us if it comes to that. Voices. A bunch of ogres, really. I'm just sort of gonna.
Stonehorn model is pretty awesome.
He's like a big. I don't know what he is. Like a gorilla postured. And then a big, like, rock
Yeah.
face.
Weird gorilla thing, yeah.
Yeah, all right. I mean, we're just gonna go.
Go.
So, because they only get
Ah,
100. That's what they
Weak,
take.
weaklings. Cowards! Cowards, all of you.
Oh, everyone, go. It's just sort of tough stuff here now, and then open up as will pour in.
Mm.
Oh, poor Grease is being so slow.
How slow is he?
It's Nubla speed,
Oh,
because he's carried by Nublars.
oh.
Can't walk, you see.
Let's hit him, I guess.
He's too successful to walk.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, yeah, let's go. Really, not much to say. Most of this is a straight up match. Against those little things. So let's just try to focus a bit on their actual ogres. They're sort of the hard part.
If you can get the stone horn to get the Mornifying Cav, I think that's a good match for him.
Yeah. Where is the board over there? Sabotage. I don't see his mod. Which ones are that?
Over there.
Oh. Yeah, we'll throw it in there and go ahead and see what it can do. Oh, Nublas. Greases, you
Yeah.
So,
Come on, Lars. I don't stop shuffling. Throw daggers. Yes. Very good. Good, Nobblers, good. Walk closer. Why are you walking closer constantly? Stuck.
of course, my ogre balls lose to their ogre balls in a 1-to-1.
That's the problem. All the Nobblers.
A lot of that bars. This is the best fight I'm gonna get. I tried to ambush them, I didn't care. They're staying home. Come on, Greases, get in there. People are dying.
That's pretty nasty. This is difficult to hit for you. Really shouldn't be, I feel.
Right, creases. Sort of trouble getting to things.
Yeah, it's sort of bogged
Right
down.
next to it. We're just sort of actually getting to hit stuff. I wasn't too happy to do that.
Looks pretty grim.
Yeah, it does.
Just overwhelmed by Noblars.
It's not going to get better than this, though. I can't build more units. So it's everything we got against everything he's got, right? A damn starting enemy. It's like, gotta unite my province. I only have two settlements so far.
Yeah. I wonder, did you wait too long to get to him or something? Or because they're usually not
but
this
the
strong.
problem is he's on both sides of me.
Yeah.
So I can only go to one direction at each time, right? Normally you could sort of take him in a chain, but I sort of had to go to one side, and then when I got to the other side, he had built a bunch of stuff.
Hmm.
I figure if he didn't do it on the side I went to, he'd do it on the other one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I could probably have done better. Say that that's impossible.
Just trying to figure out the, best way to do it.
Problem is that I think they recruit very quickly, and on this difficulty, they sort of their
Oh, yeah.
limit isn't really the
Yeah,
problem.
they have massive, recruitment bonuses and everything. So
So it's the fact that I can't get to them very quick, sort of lets them have those turns of recruitment, right?
Yeah.
That I don't.
yeah,
That coupled with the sort of I have to do something, according to the food.
maybe just plonking down a camp. The first thing that happens. Maybe that's a tactic. I don't know.
But they don't have that much range. To like, it can range to like one settlement, right? You have to
Yeah.
destroy it. Not expensive. You can take the units out of it, I suppose, which is nice.
Well, yeah.
Stun these guys. Back in.
I'll say Greece is certainly tough. He's certainly holding his own up there. It's just necessarily enough. Throw daggers, damn you! More daggers! Let's keep throwing daggers.
Big monster left pretty quickly. He wasn't
Yeah.
happy with it. So these ogres cause fear.
Have some stuff is rallied out in the flanks here.
I'm still to get back in when I see anything. Just get back in there.
They're breaking the right flank. They overwhelm my poor Noblars.
Because I trust you, okay?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
You wouldn't have let me down, right?
No, no, no. Well, I did break the morale of this Mornfang Cav.
Says I need a flock of doom and I need a healing potion. That's what I need.
That would have been something.
Yeah. I think this might be I don't see.
Looks grim. Looks grim.
Yeah. Rebuilding this is gonna be difficult. Because I don't have any recruitment buildings, right? Because I don't have money to.
Yeah, I think also the situation where you tore down the camp because we thought we could just move it.
Also wasted 2,000 gold.
Yep. In the beginning, that is nasty.
You know, you learn.
We do. Yeah, I've never played ogres before, really. So.
The end of that, really. Most of the people fled. I guess I could just recruit again, but it's not going to get better. I mean, this is pretty much
you need him to walk out with a stack, so you can take it, and you take the other stack, and then you take a settlement like that. You can't fight them in a blob like that.
I tried to just leave and leave my camp there, but he wasn't going for it. He seemed pretty happy to just live in Emerald Peak. Maybe he'll follow me now or something. We'll see. I have 2 settlements I could fall back to if it came to it.
Can't win. The war is
Access. I don't know why they want access stuff, but greasy is the word. One of the butcher's laces his latest dish with oddly glowing mushrooms from the deepest caves. The tribe who consumes it soon enters a state of euphoria. As one, they begin to dance, their thunderous footsteps toppling trees and shaking boulders from mountains. Even the very shadows retreat from the cacophony. -5 corruption.
My turn is ended.
Ogre slew master.
I'm only going through turns though. I don't feel like I've accomplished a lot in the first 20 here. Complete a settlement. Yeah.
Gonna make you my slave.
Okay.
More meat for my grinder. No.
He should be able to walk past that?
I
No,
will
he can't.
not obey.
Yeah, we're gonna have to barrel toward.
Crackbone. Flesh. Last butcher.
Why aren't you taking
Scrag.
dumb?
Slaughter. Servant.
I might have made a mistake. Ah, we'll see.
Tyrant of the tribe. Where you going, mate? Yours chosen.
I will not obey. No.
Now, do that to recruit.
Or by this another clan of Skaven. Where even do you live? Oh. Oh. Alright. Maybe it's one of these other ruins around.
Please.
Auckland, the Clans War, yeah, sure.
That's-
Oh. I see.
Let him fight it out, no?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
That one is no threat. I bring.
They did not come for me. They don't even want to hunt me down.
We will not falter.
What do I do here? I guess I just try ambushing again. They don't seem to want to move, so I don't really have any choices to do. Except for skip my turn.
Obey me. Meet ritual.
Absolutely not.
Master Butcher. It is gristle.
I'll ignore that.
Can't really do anything. You can't take Marienburg. You can't go there, probably.
Not like
Kind of cut off, so leave that. Actually, just rot south instead.
The more.
Pretty good for us.
Come on, throw me a bone. Come on. No, he's happy to just live there.
Your ambush foiled, or is it just not moving?
He's just not moving. I have a camp here that only has 2 units in it. He doesn't want it.
Huh.
Taking attrition now because he's running out of meat because he's just hanging out. So
All right.
that's my way to
Just
slow
starve him out.
grinding victory.
Yeah.
Again, my turns are just skipping waiting. I have no other possibilities. Soft lucked.
Your ravenous children awake.
We can always restart if you feel like you don't really have a.
You're doing so well.
I'm doing pretty good here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try. I've certainly lagged behind in campaigns before.
God,
True.
That happens.
Go back.
Ogre slew a master.
Buying time, stalling here, waiting for Scrag to get over here to actually hit these guys properly. Fuck. I had more time.
The ogre friends who like me. They don't feel threatened.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I
Grumble,
have it.
grumble.
Slaughter, servant. Let the hunger guide us. It hungers.
Alright, Croesus, it's time to try again. Have they healed the garrison, I wonder? They have. So I guess I have to wait for more turns, just let them sort of slowly
The more
wither without
them
food.
fall.
Maybe.
I mean, I won't run out of food, right? So
You won't, as long as you're in your camp, you're unlimited food supply, I think.
Prophet of the great moor.
just doesn't really momentum wise I'm doing nothing
Yeah.
now. Which is of course never good. Game like this. You sort of want to strike as soon as you possibly can, but
Yeah. Especially on
you
this
weren't
difficult.
close last time. You weren't close.
No, we weren't. Like we can't fight the garrison and like a full stack and a half stack. Like that's just not on this difficulty. On other difficulties, you know.
Just need to wait then. Wish I had a caster. Can hope for some brave
Yeah.
event.
Yeah. I mean, you can just walk away, go the other way, see if you can take out the Skaven instead.
It's an enemy, then he'll siege down the Great Hall of Greases, I think. But it might be okay.
March down here.
Seek tribute. Make camp. Carve meat.
Anything else I can do?
pressure here.
This action does not have my consent.
That's his
Do not
back.
take me for a fool.
No.
Contracts. Capture Bay of Blades? No, I think not. Stand up? No. Talabheim? No. All these contracts are dumb. Dumb.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'll eat this whole stinking world.
We have 3. Yeah, we have enough.
The magic of me.
Yeah, Dragonfels now. I need to get defenses up everywhere, really. It's the way to do this now. Have Empire Rebellion.
In charge.
Really? And stop taxation for now. That sucks. Word. I don't have the money for it, of course.
Biggest guy.
Ah, well, we'll just have to keep going here for a while. Yes. Marienburg's little army is just waddling around. It can't really do much. I don't mind. Ah, let's see. Now, can I reach Eilhart? No, I can't. Next turn. This should put some damn pressure on him.
Artist of the cleaver.
Because we need to get rid of that. See if we can get a controlled building in here so we can start taxation instead.
Do what I say.
Any of that here, right? No, not really.
I'm the boss. Got it?
Oh, I got it. I do like gorgeous. Want gorgeous. So, save the money for now. Might need to build like a garrison or something here. Next turn. Fine. France is slowly sieging there. Like, and that's buying me time. I reach Eilhart next turn. We take Grizzle Valley. He will be trapped in the mountain pass here, and I don't
Back.
know if his army is actually good enough to take Carrick-Siflin with like the reinforcements that are here. It's hard to say. There's a lot of Noblars, but I mean...
War's chosen.
And normally when I play on very hard myself, which is sort of my go-to thing, I usually take like start a campaign, do about 50 turns, and then I restart.
I see.
Just to figure out what I'm doing. You know?
Sure. Yeah, no, I get it. The test run.
Don't have that.
I cannot.
What's this? Pretty. I don't care. None of those options are really worth anything. Oh.
I refuse. Oh my. They will be
Eilhart here. Close victory. No, we have to fight this. Unfortunate.
the war's call.
Really?
Yeah, close victory. Low casualties, but I know he will kill like, you know, big chunks of these ogres. I need to preserve troops. Have France in a full stack and have other crap running on my territory now.
God. All right.
Maybe we can start in the back. Might be better for his stupid halberds. Maybe the Gorger start in the back, just sneak in and take that back point from him. What happens if you have a full stack of Gorgers? Like everything is just invisible, except the leader, I suppose.
Unless you could like, is there like some sort of lord you could beat up or something to get that trait?
Yeah, I think you beat up Deathmaster Schnickich. I think you get the stalk trait. Yeah.
All right. We can make it full.
Yeah. Take those guys. Go in the back. Make their super
Right.
thing, and rest of us, we're just gonna waddle in, really.
Hungry!
Yeah. There's nothing to it.
Nothing.
Serve the ogre!
Do it.
I'll smell ya! I ain't no gobbo! Take it all!
Here.
When do we eat? Bring us meat!
Here to drag. Guys. Here. And the kitty cats. I guess they can just sort of hang out in the middle here, see what happens. Yeah, let's go.
Hungry! We's ogre mates! I'll smell ya! Carve 'em! Take it all! Yes! Thundering fall! Hungry! Scribe, the slaughterer! Sworn together! The more that walks! Me, slaughter, the more! Take it all! Scribe, the slaughterer! Spear 'em! Guts out, boy! Tribe on the move! Guts out, boys! Killing time! All together! Master of the meat pot!
Where's all their buffs?
Of the more! Well do!
Excellent.
Fort.
I ain't no gobbo! Overwhelm them! Consider it done!
Leave when I tell you to leave. Look at this. We get bogged down in halberds, and now look at you.
Oh more!
Look at this. This mess you've made.
Their morale. Terrible. Usually happens when you take the fort. Punish them for losing it, even though they had no idea that there was anyone there.
Voice of the more! Carve them! I ain't no gobbo! Off we... Where's me
It would make me annoyed if I was them.
Oh yeah. You'd be like, what the fuck?
Appear.
tribe on the move? Off we go! Killing time! Noblars! Okay,
Go.
big butcher! Get! Scribe, the slaughterer!
Pitiful level 1 settlement or whatever.
Hunger! For the godmouth! Ogres attack!
Do the halberds. Ignore them. Let the noblars fight them.
It is ours! It is the Moors! Where's the meat? We's ogre mates! Let's go, Noblars! Take it all! Meal time! Noblars attack!
Probably this should be done now.
Way!
There we go. Took damage, but mainly that one ogre unit that refused to walk away from the halberds. We like just like, oh no, he's poking me. I really need to stay. I think.
You're so hungry.
So hungry, and they look so squishy.
The man in the can.
Oh, that should get his attention.
Servant. They will feel the hunger. Master Butcher. Tyrant of the tribe.
I mean, I have basically time here until he upgrades his settlement. Once he begins that, I'm
I'll eat this whole
Yeah.
stinking world.
Yep. Yep. I agree. I agree with the assessment.
Ogre slew a master.
if most of these Nublar are dead. Certainly help.
Maybe you need a Noblar stack.
If I had any money whatsoever, I'm pretty much running at 0.
Absolutely not.
I'm the boss. Who can I boss around next? Do what I say.
I'll ignore that. I refuse.
Scrag, slaughter.
You're leaving Altov completely unprotected here. Oh.
They will become awful.
What's anticlimactic how easy it is.
Butchery.
He's acting very strange.
It hungers. The more.
No.
Where is he going? Is he going to Fort Burgess? He might be. Anything? No, I don't have any money.
Someone better keep us sweet.
This though.
Obey me. Obey me or you're dead. The meat harvesters belong to me. He's gotta kick off soon.
I should secure that.
More. God, what guts. I can serve you better, Great Moor.
And Conference, you're gonna attack now or are you gonna stay there? Attacking. Yeah. There's no point fighting this. Too much.
Large and in charge.
Came down here. Oh yeah, the soul race. That's starting now. You ready for the soul race, Manaki?
No, I'm not gonna join. Not at this stage. What I want to do is leave my home empty.
Yeah.
You maybe could, but I don't
Might be able to. Yeah.
have capacity to do it yet. It's fine, we'll catch up. And instead, there's a patch that's gonna make it basically trivial to get the AI out of it.
Yep. Alright, we're gonna fight Carl Franz. Because otherwise it's a valiant defeat.
Fight him again. Where is he doing it now? Just alright. This is
Yeah. Oh. There's one Halberdier unit. Only thing that's good against what we have. I mean the shooters, but we just walk through front line here and get to them really.
will say in my single player games, I found that the AI cannot do the soul raids well.
Yeah,
Like late game, they just all die to the stacks of demons that continuously spawn.
they do get kind of overwhelmed. Yeah,
So they just sort of give up. I,
we give it the kitty cats as well.
We's ogre mates!
we'll try to flank it around. I think here. Just,
Ogres!
mm,
Bring us meat! Ah! The more calls!
but it hasn't really been a problem for
When
me.
do we eat?
No, I'm not scared of this Empire stack at all.
Serve the ogres!
Even needing to wait for the reinforcements, I don't even know what it is. I don't even care.
For some minutes.
Hungry! Tribe on the move! Find a meal! Follow the Moor's call! I heed the Moor!
And the ogre's weakness certainly seems to be shooting, right?
Yep.
We don't have any shields. We just have floppy rolls to
Yeah.
protect.
Yep.
Some
Wads of fat, that's what we got.
When do we eat? Yeah! What is right? Carve up! Where's me master? Carve him! I ain't
the one unit that could really threaten us.
Yep. And now we go.
Bring us meat! Guts out, boys! Ogres! In my gut! Crunch their skulls! In my gut! For the more! Strive the slaughterer! Take it all! Biggest in the tribe! Biggest in the tribe! Meal time! Serve the ogres! All together! Make some! For butchery! Forever insatiable! The screaming hunger! Win supper! Eat 'em! Lick it! Off we go! Take it all! I'll smell ya! Please, ogre mates! Guns out, boys! They're
Nothing.
dead! Meal
Oh,
time!
pathetic, Carl. Pathetic.
Hungry! Crush 'em!
Get as much as possible here.
Biggest in the tribe! Where's me master? The godmouth directs!
You'd think at this difficulty the AI would actually make an army that.
I don't think you can.
Well, if you settlement start at level 1, it is difficult.
I think. Well, I've seen halberds, but that's in garrisons. I don't think that's in armies. Halberds is like a tier 2 or tier 2 unit. So. Is
Well, he's
there
probably
quite-
upgraded to level 2 now, which should let him make him.
Yeah, if he has the buildings and stuff for it.
But if he his starting stuff.
But Carl Francis' starting stack is not very good.
No.
It really isn't. It's
That's
Volkmar's
not
is way
really
better.
A unit of of halberdiers. That doesn't really even count in my mind as like something special to get.
No,
You get a
really.
giant rhino monster. You know.
The Reichsguard are like the special thing, and I mean the handgunners are neat, but yeah, there is
They're not very good.
a unit of great swords would be something.
Yeah, at least.
So the Empire don't have a lot of anti-large really. They have a halberdiers, and then they have the Griffin Knights. Demigriff Knights. That's sort of what they have. And shooting. And that's how they deal with monsters. But when everything is a monster, I mean, you can't really...
Look at this. Look at this casualties.
Yeah.
Just
And I would have lost this if it were to result. A valiant defeat.
we didn't even really try.
No, this was not hard. It was not sweaty trying at all here. It was just a casual smash.
The AI really knows what it wants me to do. It's giving me 2 missions for the same one town that I do want to take.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
This is the next expansion for you. It's yelling at me.
it
Just
would
go
be
do it.
a good idea if you did it.
Just imagine if you just took it. Yes, I tried. It wasn't for lack of trying. At least my cities are accumulating population, even if I can't have the money to upgrade them.
That's something. Gorger Onslaught. Ooh, summons a unit of Gorgers. Yeah, I'll take that skill. That seems relevant to my interests. Okay, so these guys are just sort of stuck here. They can't move anymore anywhere, and that's good. I create that. Hot. Let's upgrade.
I think it's time to make an LCD save, and then I'm gonna go try fighting these guys again.
Okay.
Their units are very much weaker in that stack. Of course, the one that's in their settlement and the garrison isn't weakened at all, but you know, I'm also gonna give like a big bloody raw meat thing to my people here.
Mm-hmm.
Some meat. Now, of course, build up a huge amount of meat while waiting here.
Good.
Can
Sure, that will help. I'll make a...
get to the guy in the back here. I would really
I made a save.
prefer not to fight them in the
I'll
settlement.
ignore that.
If I do this guy, Valiant. Well, we'll see about that.
Valiant defeat. That feels like we can do.
Now we're attacking the Noblest first.
Okay. Okay.
If we can, because that'll give them army losses, right? So
Hmm.
the Noblest come in, then other Noblest come in, and then I think the ogres here are there to begin with.
Okay, well. The Noblers really are pathetic, for sure.
The garrison has a lot of good ogre units, like
Mm-hmm.
things that I don't have access to.
Garrisons are not bad at all.
Let's see. I'll need to win this fight, and then I'll need to win the fight against whatever's left in the actual settlement.
Yeah. So he's going to deploy on the far left. Oh, okay, he's deploying there. Okay, then hit him.
When do we eat?
Just...
Get this hole. Okay, there. Really just charging here,
Yeah. Full speed ahead, really.
holding around. Look at that, Greasus. Full speed ahead to whip those Noblar into shape.
Antithetical to what you do, I know, but...
There. Here. We just...
Down, down.
Oh, he's full speeding ahead towards me. Run away!
Here we go. All together. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we want all the meat and loot. Right.
I feel like that stone horde should be able to solo this entire stack. Oh.
Rampage. Hungry.
Huddle in, give him the what for.
The more we can kill, the better.
Iron Gut seems really good. Armor piercing, high damage, lots of armor.
Some of the black orcs are the ogres, it seems.
Can't wait until we get lead belchers. Now that's a unit right there. We've seen what they did in the cave when we ran into them.
Let's go, Noblage!
Hunt them down. None alive.
We can have this nice little hill for ourselves here.
Where's me master?
They're not goblins. They're very careful to point that out.
Off we go! Here we go!
And battle. Do you want to await reinforcements?
Yeah, we might as well kill these first. Heroic victory.
Heroic! Oh, amazing.
Wow, we killed all these units and entirely wiped them out. Amazing.
Incredible.
What's going to happen now, of course, is he's going to counterattack him.
Fine.
He won't have the Noblast to do it. If I try to siege his settlement, that should also make it so that it can't.
Yeah, sieging is good. Out. First taking nutrition on turn 1, right? So. Get rolling and get in there.
Killed that guy.
The shockingly obese.
Level.
Beast is the shockingly obese.
My plan.
Probably just siege it right away, right?
Yep, that's the plan.
Tyrant of the tribe.
Trying to level him up so he can get his snag ability that gives him passive regeneration. It's always a nice ability to have. And now we can circle it, and then it'll have to come out.
Yep.
Scrag, slaughter, servant. Scrag, slaughter, servant.
See if I go through the Chaos Realms this time around, I might just stick around as well to just beat down the Empire. Get that done with. I have them on the ropes now.
Bert, why don't we? Yeah, there we go. Valiant defeat. Once
Enough.
more into the frame.
Once more into the frame.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Feels much more manageable. Get the Iron Guts. We have Mornfang. Yeah, the Mornfang's. I don't like the Mornfang is difficult to stop.
Yeah, we are outnumbered, sort of outgunned as well. Most of what we have here is normal ogres or just Noblars. We have a big monster. We have Rhesus himself. He's certainly better than their. Can't see them though. Where are they?
Yeah, are they deploying like over on the side there, behind the hill maybe? Scout. Oh.
Deployment scout. Oh well, I mean, we'll sort of be in the middle here. It's not like he can really do anything. Like, we want to go fight him, he wants to go fight us. There's not really.
It sure is. It's
really
not
that
more complicated than that,
teaching
certainly.
So these are to smack our bellies together and
Glorious combat.
the blob
Yes.
blob, as it were. All right.
Yes.
I'm considering just trying to go for one flank of him. Like go where you are and just sort of.
I'm trying. My hope is that if I start shooting these, they'll start charging towards me, and then I can lure them away, and you can eat them.
Yeah. Let's try it.
They're quicker than me, but you are equally quick, so hopefully.
He's certainly coming.
Oh, he's coming. Okay, well.
It all belongs to us. Oi.
Now's the time! Find him and kill him!
I wish I had some more Fang. Would be good for hunting down there, not us over there. I am going to. What if I give you 2 units of ogres? Can you take care of their ranged units?
I can try. Certainly, yes.
Because that'd be good. Get those out of the way right now, which would allow ours to do so unharassed. And also just strike center here. Thing there. Not here.
Guards out,
No,
boys!
let's see how it goes.
Swarm together! It's happening! Get it done!
Hello, the
Killing
ogres.
time! Ogres attack!
Come on, Greasers, go!
Yeah, for fuck's sake.
Slow bastard.
I'll smell ya!
Knife him. So many nobler knives. Surely there's enough to break these fuckers. Quickly, very quickly. Yes, yes, yes. Very good.
Should have sacrificed one flank here. Pretty good. I could take out his big units, then.
Not a bad idea.
Hoping to just fold the flank around him.
Oh, these ogre balls. Oh, they're buckling. More knives. Toss more knives. It's back. Good, good, good. Here, please. Come on. Hit with something.
He's like pike ogres.
Hike or that was something. Very neat, wasn't it? Well, as far as I can see, most of his shooting should be taken care of at least. So there's that. Going on in the main fight over there.
Oh, mess.
I can come in on the flank here and start a little bit to help out.
Use like a healing thing. Increases some. Butcher. Maybe a few more. Wish I could just tell my guy to like just hit whatever's around you, man.
Yeah.
Don't like stun lock yourself trying to get through Noblars. Just
don't
hit there.
don't need to be fancy. Just
hit whatever's around.
only thing I want you to do is hit people, please.
You're attacking something in return, you're doing good. Keep doing it. Killing.
Healing. Oh, that's. Look at rallied behind me and back charging me. How like that? Ooh. Ooh. Oh, they're broken forever. Snappers over here.
Ogre! Where's the meat?
Got.
These ogre mates! Take it all! Nasty
Alright.
crime!
Good, good.
These ogre mates! Where's the master? Meal time! Looking for 'em! Let's go, Noblars! Noblars! Let's go, Noblars! This way! For the master!
Alright, that's it. We did it.
Right.
Work.
Let's kill what we can, right? Just
Yep.
remains is running down quickly. Where's my health routines? Oh. Anything that's less than what we would otherwise have to fight.
You took it though, right? Oh, no, he attacked out, right? Well, sometimes that still gives you the opportunity to just take the settlement. I think we did pretty damn well, all things considered.
Hmm.
God. He's a melee expert, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Call it that.
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
Value is okay. Stonehorn did well. Iron Guts pretty much unharmed. Trapper's unharmed, everything else, and beating, I guess. But tough.
Strike, slaughter, servant. I bring
Oh. Oversoldiers all the remains and take the damage.
Prophet of the great Moor. Yes, Moor.
Right, now the escape.
Oh, hello, Hawkland. Coming to fight.
I can't.
Protecting your
I
pathetic
cannot.
Lord Altdorf over there. I see the level 3 settlement. Nothing in there almost.
No.
Yes. Oh, Altdorf. I can taste it. Taste it.
She's not.
No. Not likely.
Tyrant of the tribe.
Right.
Who can I boss around next? Make sure I don't die, right? Obey me or your dinner. Slaughtermaster. Scrag, slaughter, servant.
Auckland does here. They ran away. Cowards.
It helps the hunger.
I defeated the dwarves themselves. Excellent.
Oh, that was my trading partner. Oh, sadness.
Harvester.
It's time to take Altdorf.
Not possible.
Close defeat, huh? I mean, it's Altdorf's garrison. This is tougher. But 3 halberd, that's really what he has. Some cav. I don't care about that.
Could give him a turn. Maybe Hawkland could come help.
Yeah, Hawkland has 2 stacks nearby, so possible. We're gonna have a big feast and we're gonna go in here.
Let the hunger guide us.
Yeah, I think the danger here would be to get weakened enough that those 2 stacks of Hawklanders can do it.
Yep.
Also, Dog Burglar.
Mhm. Griswold Schneider. Right, this looks actually nasty. Was it this the dwarf map again? The dwarf map again? History skin? I
No,
don't
I have defended this map as Keystone.
Oh, okay.
I recognize this layout. You can make like an awesome thing where you can barricade a couple places and force them to go all the way back around in like a forest. Get shot all the way. I defended it from Scrag the Slaughtering.
Alright.
There's not even a unique map for Alt though.
No, it's kind of sad.
Well, I mean, again, this part of the map of the game neglected, not developed yet.
No. Lots of towers. Not like the towers a lot.
Jousting field in here.
Well,
Etonians were visiting.
yeah, well,
Fortunes.
I think
We should just camp or what's the...
might have to commit more this time around. So if you can cap it like the cats or something, perhaps, like one of the
Maybe-
gorges while you commit the rest.
Oh, we'll just fight.
I'll smell ya.
Where do you want to?
Well, we're gonna do a 2-pronged assault here.
That walks.
My thought of it.
When supper.
The wider we go, the more we can like saturate and do more damage. It seems to work pretty well. And we need to break through the halberdiers, especially. Needs to attention to them here. There's a lot of them. The horses don't care about the cav really. They can't do too much here. It's just knights and Reiksguard, and they're not anti-large. Yes.
Just we'll wait until we can be let in.
All right. Let's go. I assume there's gonna be very nasty cannon towers here.
See, yep.
Let's go.
Take it
Those are big
home.
towers.
The Moor commands. Voice of the Moor.
They haven't occupied a lot of these towers.
I ain't no gobbo.
Looks like they're not cannons, they're handgun towers. So
All right.
actually not terrible at all.
Not as bad. Nope. Yeah, let's get through.
The Moor calls.
That opened the door pretty quick.
Yeah.
These ogre mates.
If I was him, I would have ridden the cavalry in there. Strike us while we're entering.
Yeah.
While bombarding us from the
Yeah.
wall.
He fell that cavalry back, as it turns out.
That is great for defending against ogres and gates, because you need something with mass enough to
Yeah.
put them back. Same with corn. Well, I'll go deal with them then. Anti-infantry, but something's gotta. Could you maybe send Noblas against the camp?
The Noblars are told to fight the halberdiers there, but they lost the order and are now sleeping.
We're gonna be either stuck in the back or by them.
That's fine. I'm gonna strike these and return as it
I think what
happens.
we need to do.
All right, let's see what this does for us. I'm summoning the Great Maw. Okay. Did pretty good.
All of them, pretty much.
Did pretty good. Alright. Let's get some forgers in here.
They're destroying these knights without really taking any casualties. They're Empire knights, so
Empire Knights suck. They're
not
bad.
really as impressive as it sounds. AI's handgunners up here trying to shoot, but they just can't because they keep wiggling and then be told what to do and then wiggle again.
Oh, the wiggle.
That's
Wiggle
them who
is
can't
real.
do it. The same with the cannon, it barely shot anything. It just keeps turning around. So, it's not only us who.
No,
Yeah.
who suffers it? Oh, that's something to know, I guess. Anyone asleep? No, everything's fighting as far as I can see.
I don't know if the AI seems to prefer overwhelming amounts of the crabby level 1 piercing towers.
They do, yeah.
Sure. I don't know.
Can't really.
Seem like they don't really do anything. So, like, are they gonna change the tide? No.
Probably
They're
not,
like
no.
a guy slightly. Good night. Oh, you want to not fight us? Then we'll just won't. We'll run away.
I think you just sort of leave. I don't think the knights seem to do much,
Yeah, I'm just
honestly.
gonna go up and break this barricade and go eat the range they have up there.
And my Nobler Trapper unit up here, they're throwing knives now at the at the mortar crew. It's up to normal.
Biggest in the tribe! Munch 'em! Serve the ogres!
Oh God! I'm supposed to be pride of the empire.
Slaughter the more!
Stepped on by random tribesmen ogres. I don't even have IT units. It's just sort of
Bring us meat!
whatever we could find laying around.
Carve the meat!
Mm-hmm.
For sure! Munch 'em! Crunch
Oh,
their skulls!
Come on. Stop doing this to me.
On the masters! Me! Thundering forth! Off we go! Strike the slaughterer! Forever insatiable! Noblars attack!
A little hand thing is pretty great in pitch battles like this. Just pop that in and it like deletes a unit pretty much where it hits. It doesn't hit a lot, but whatever hits gets really hurt.
Swarm together!
Should be it, right? Can't have much more.
no, she's army lossing.
There we go.
Had like a unit of handguns over here that was just hanging out. I charged it and then they fled. It's the last one.
Well, so that's Altdorf. Might be everything Karl Franz has. That might be deleted now.
Uberschreik. I can see. Yet has Uberschreik.
It does.
Only 2 things in it. Probably level 1. Garrison of 6. Yeah, that said, I am getting a bit hungry.
All right. Very apropos.
Maybe with the climactic battle here, you've conquered a good corner of the map there.
Done well.
Finish up Marienburg and
Done well. Yeah.
there's no stopping you there. The real benefit there is you have your back free, right?
Yep. Yep.
I have almost conquered a province.
Yes.
I'll move back now and fight the Skaven. And then you can see they moved their army out and actually attack one of my allies down here.
Hmm.
And after that, I'm surrounded by allies. So I'm probably gonna go and maybe just kick these lizard folk off this island out here.
Oh yeah, you can. Sure. I mean, why not?
If I can confederate the rest of the haunted forest,
Yeah.
try to begin chopping up things. So, you know, we'll get momentum in this train yet. Yeah.
Yeah. Nurgle plagues. We haven't encountered them yet, but yeah, they're always nasty. Always nasty things. Yeah, it's going well for me, as we just said. I'm pretty safe in my corner here. We'll see what Hawkland figures out, but even so, I think that's
I
manageable.
haven't really faced a threat like anything that was sort of remotely capable of really.
No,
Yeah, they can. But like,
I am enjoying just beating up on Empire though. I mean, like
Stepping on him.
bullying them around.
When I'm pushing towards the orcs down here, I'm like, yeah, all right. I feel like I could sort of
Yeah.
stomp on their old unupdated roster. You know?
Exactly. Orcs is an old faction, right? We can,
Yeah, Wendy's are good. The Empire. Like, the Empire has stuff. Just I don't know. There might be a little bit of power creep, going on
oh yeah.
as well. Newer
but
factions are probably just
Just
better.
tier 1 Empire as well is so bad.
It's not good at all.
Just
They don't
not.
outnumber you. They just sort of. If you get into the lower Lone Forest there, then you might actually face something that's.
Yeah, if those
Wood elves
wood elves
would be
come for me,
pretty
yeah, that'd be-
Yeah, that's. I think that's the first step of the ogres.
I think so too.
Get to confederating in some way. I have a lot of big friends here. They have most of the starting provinces around.
That is certainly my thing, though. I have no friends down here. There are no friends whatsoever.
My faction thing is I get more income from trade as well. Once I get some trade goods, that'll be nice. I'm trading just for terrorists right now.
Sure.
Need that husks.
All right. Well, I'll make a save here, and we will pick it up next week. Yeah, for more of this tomorrow. We are continuing our complete total chaos game, a four-player extravaganza where we play all of the mono gods of chaos. Trying to play this as well. So if you want more of this, check out that. Basically 24 hours from now, pretty much exactly. 26 probably, 26 hours. We'll catch you then, really. If you didn't do well with Kislev, try Cathay. I had great fun with Cathay.
Cathay is a fun faction. I like it.
I
A little bit to figure out their harmony thing, but once you do, you can step on people.
It's great. Cathay is wonderful. Yeah. Anyway, enough sidetracking. It has been saved. We'll catch you guys next week and tomorrow for the Chaos game. And have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.